Hello, and welcome to The Fourth Culture. We're a weekly gathering of a group of friends who are based in Singapore, and we stream our adventures through the mystical world of Urtu every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Singapore time, which is now. Just to kind of pick up from us, we're glad to have Enjoy back with us.
Yay!
We still have the amazing Vivien Yap with us. During COVID, fortunately, Singapore allows us as a group of friends to get together and play our weekly game. And we're streaming it in the hope that it entertains our stream watching community. But just as a reminder, everyone, please be careful and take good care of each other. Along that socially responsible note, I'm joined this evening by what are we up to? H. The Happy.
Yes, happy is good.
Is Barra quite a suit?
No, Barra's not. I can't go Chester, remember?
The Happy, Lisa, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, everyone's happy?
The horrified Sheena Chan.
What's happening?
The haunted Edward Choy.
The hijacked
Joe Tan. And the horrific Cheryl Cho and Hans.
Yay! Sorry, what's Vivien?
Yeah.
About to get her intro.
Sorry.
And we have our special guest star with us, the horoscopic. I don't know. I can't think.
What?
Give me a better one.
12 aspects of her.
Horological, timely.
Horny.
Okay, so as the horny honey Chadelier is Vivien. Yeah.
Kobolds have horns, right? Kobolds have horns.
Kobolds do have horns.
That's fine.
We're really glad you could make it to come join us again this week. Thank you so much. It's really awesome to have you. So, who is going to... Well, actually, before we do that, I should probably say the stream wouldn't be possible without a big vote of thanks to our friends at Better Consultancy. So, who's doing the ABC?
We have decided to do it together.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Okay. You need simple, honest, and straightforward technology advice to help you scale and grow your business. If you're based in Asia, looking to expand your business here, then get hold of a Better Consultancy at www.abetterconsultancy.co. Go!
Hey, thank you very, very much.
Feel free to play around with this.
We'd also like to say a big hello and thank you to all our friends at Gamosaurus Rex at 259 Upper Thompson Road. It's a great community to be able to meet people who play D&D and Warhammer and various other things. Really friendly shop, so people should feel free to if you're in that part of the world up by Thompson and stuff, drop in, say hi, have fun. I think we've all been there one time or another ourselves. Cool. Now, I think it's the moment we've all been waiting for. The recap of the last episode. Who's doing our
today?
recap?
It's not me.
Arrow.
You've been struck by.
Actually, that was you last week. Kena arrow.
Oh no, yes.
But it wasn't me.
But nobody knows this yet, so Lisa will share it with everyone.
Okay, so last week Kie had a bad dream. So she dreamt that many versions of her were climbing this mountain, and they were all connected by glowing red chains. Glowing chains. And then she got all freaked out and woke her trusty leader up, Yrsa.
I'm just trying to arrange my dice.
We didn't know what dreams were much. So we went to look for our friends who we thought knew more about dreams, and we saw them downstairs. Surprisingly, but they were acting really weird. The accents were weird, the singing was weird.
Do carry on.
A bit off.
Do carry on.
Why stop that?
And all of that was put to a really dramatic stop when our friend Chadelier shot an arrow right into Kaman's head.
As one does,
Yeah.
As one does.
So then a huge battle ensued, and started with these flower people that we realized later on. But there was a big battle with Chadelier and his friend Anne, who is a drake, right?
Yes.
And Kaman and Barra became these big viney Kaman and Barra became these big viney things that were splattering like plant juice. Yeah. And Kie almost died. And she and Chadelier kind of sat on the stairs a bit sad, kind of safe from the battle, a bit depressed by like the missed arrows and the missed punches and the missed everything, whereas Yrsa kind of held her own and did very, very well. Eventually we managed to beat Barra and Kaman, who were really creepy and peeling like flowers. They had like flower and underlay.
Like rose buds.
Yeah, sort of, but gross.
You know, buds of roses.
And then eventually they died, which was great. But
Eventually, we all die.
and then we made friends with our new dragon, grumpy looking but actually very sweet Chadelier.
Kobo.
We had a friendly discussion.
Actually, it wasn't a friendly discussion.
friendly discussion.
It was her blaming us for everything.
True. But in her conversations with Anne, she was being really sweet. Just a bit awkward. But
Which you
very
couldn't
nice.
hear.
Yeah, which you couldn't hear. So there was a lot of awkward silence on our part that was just a bit confusing. But then he invited us to his home to shower, which was a little bit
slightly
weird.
Oh wait, you
but
forgot about the budberries.
I purposely did that out. Okay.
Greasy bumberries,
So-
I believe.
Bumberries. Hashtag Casey Bumberries.
yes, Casey's playing
Hashtag
that.
never forget.
Hashtag
got
got
9.
slashed. Oh yeah, still got 9. So we went to his house in the forest after getting a bit lost because he went really, really fast. Which was essentially like Patrick Star style hedge that he kind of lifted up and we went into. And then we went into this pond.
I guess.
Yeah, pond.
Puddle.
Yeah, it was a deep
this
puddle.
dirty looking puddle that we very politely just kind of
Yeah.
used.
Actually,
and then
he just summoned, like,
but go
showered.
Yeah,
So-
shower. Yeah.
But then,
And then he a hippo appeared in the puddle. This magical hippo, and it kind of made it all herbally and like Chinese medicine-y, and we all were very refreshed and clean until
and healed.
thank God. Until the hippo kind of disappeared, and then it got a bit smelly again, and then you jumped out.
Everybody should take a bath with a magical hippo. At least once in their life.
But magic hippo absorbs moisture.
That was thirsty hippo.
That was the hippo. There's a product in Singapore called thirsty hippo that is
It's a dehumidifier.
a dehumidifier.
Yeah.
But in the magic hippo, it's a humidifier.
Oh, is it? Is it really?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know. Her magic hippo, like, it's
Her magic hippo makes you wet.
Wow.
a
Wow.
infuser. It infuses the water with herbal goodness. Yeah.
So
It's like a
tea
bubble.
bag.
Yes, it's like a tea bag.
Like those herbal bags you put inside.
Yeah.
You mean a tea bag, exactly. Yeah.
Those horrible bangs, yeah. Anyway, so then after some discussion, we learned that the people who'd kidnapped our actual friends, because they were very foolish to go into the forest alone at night, please don't do that, were kidnapped by Riyaka, most probably, Riyaka, who is this big, powerful monster who seeks to rule the immediate vicinity. And
Wait. He did stress a few times. Very hot.
yeah, very hot.
Yeah. Very attractive spellcaster.
Oh yes, I thought you meant hot. I was like, really? I don't remember
Well,
that.
we live in a tropical climate, and so everyone's very hot. It's just the
Sounds
weather.
particularly attractive. And has Asara and Oni to protect him. And then he agrees to come and help save our friends against Anne's advice. And we decide to go shopping in preparation to this very risk-free adventure that our friends have gotten ourselves into.
Yes. Oh, so if you watched last week's episode, you might have watched some of the shopping that happened. And then after that, after the show, we went back and we looked through our notes and realized, hey, we actually have things to trade. So remember a few episodes back,
Centuries ago.
we got attacked by shark people on the ship. and then we killed their cleric and we took his
There.
It's theirs.
their staff. Yeah. So it turns out that staff is actually worth quite a bit of money. Like we're talking 35,000 platinum.
Whoa!
What, yo? Okay, so yeah, we made it rain over at Yafir's place.
And Yafir gave you a great deal.
Yeah, so Yafir gave us a bit of a nice staff discount,
credit.
so to speak, on
wow.
the in-store stuff,
Nice.
and then also got a bit of pull with the other merchants. So we did some shopping. So now Kie has boots, wing
is it
boots.
confirmed?
Okay, it's
Yes.
winged boots.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
We did try to haggle, but we both like failed our
Yeah,
persuasion.
it was terrible.
It was really sad.
Nothing above 10. So.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Anyway,
Wow.
yeah. Then Yrsa has a Frost brand longsword. And we also have like a ton of healing potions because, both our healers have been taken. And there's only so many magical hippos you can shower with in a day.
And 9 airberries.
They give you one point.
Hey, 9 berries, okay?
One at a
Oh,
time.
we're going with
Oh, but bum.
Bunberry.
Okay, so
Don't look at give Bunberry in the mouth.
I never do.
There we go. As a reminder for folks who watched last week or haven't watched last week and they'd like to, we stream every Monday at 7:30 p.m. at twitch.tv/thefourthculture. But we also are now everywhere on podcasts. We have podcasts on iTunes and Spotify's and Google Plays and Stitchers and Overplays and the whole thing. Right? It's amazing. But you can get to all of that via t4c.online/podcast. While we're on that T4C tongue twister, we have a Patreon, t4c.online/Patreon. We have a YouTube link, t4c.online/YouTube. We have a Reddit, which is nothing to do with t4c.online. It's just r/thefourthculture, and our usual Twitters and various other things. But all of this is leading up to something that I'd like to invite everybody to join us on, which is our Discord, where we all kind of like hang out in the course of the week and chat and various other things. I know that some of the folks that are watching are already on there now, which is kind of awesome. And we'd like to invite all of you to come join us. So t4c.online/Discord is the permalink that drops you right in. Say hello in the lobby bar. We all just tend to be there over the course of the week and, chat shit and work things out, right?
Want to chat shit, but currently no one wants to chat shit with us.
I will chat with you, Sheena.
Yeah.
I will leave you a comment right now.
Shitty chat.
Chat with us.
Come for the chat, stay for the shit.
Stay for the horrible memes.
Oh.
So,
Sorry.
I just wanted to say that I cut off the hand of the fake bam. So wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eloquent.
Yeah, Chadelier went to CSI the corpses. Yes.
yes, you did good.
That's why it's the only thing that I contributed.
Huh?
That
I mean,
has some kind of continuity.
Other than
I need to
killing...
mention it.
Okay.
I've been killing them.
It did a lot of killing.
What did
They carry me
you
throughout the
roll
entire-
on your investigation roll? Do you remember?
A 20, wasn't it?
It was quite high. High enough to see some magic writing.
Sure. I'll go with that. Great. So you can mark down on your character sheet that you have magical. We'll call it mandrake as a shortcut, as a phrase, but it's probably got a different name. It'll be related to these creatures themselves. But you've got a good volume, because these things are huge, right, of magical mandrake. Okay, we'll just hold on to that.
Quick mention for Grim cheering.
Okay.
200 days
Thank
before
you,
the start of the
Grim.
stream.
And-
Thanks, Grim.
Thanks, Rim, for that, and thanks for the resubscription as well. It's awesome.
Yay.
Appreciate your support. Any other announcements? Any other things people would like to bring up?
No, it's Chinese New Year week. That's why I'm in red. Let's do this. Wow!
Yeah.
As Yrsa would say.
Yeah.
You gotta have a little bit more of the T at the end.
Oh, sorry.
I
see. The
Not
consonants.
what, but what?
What?
You know?
It's a like a bit like glottal.
Yeah.
What?
What? Because if you just it just sounds like you're making a sound.
Yes.
There must be a meaning behind this. What? Yes. Chinese New Year is coming. Must practice. Yes.
With that sorted and out of the way. No further announcements, so let us rejoin. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back a little bit and we're going to pause what's happening with you guys and we're going to go back to, what happened the night before. where we drop back into a moment where I believe, Ed, you'd turned into your bottle form, and Barra
He's
had
extremely handsome at the moment.
is in
Looking
full
like
glamour.
Jason Momoa, yeah.
Yeah, in full glamour mode, and has
Cast light on the
Had-
invisible creature.
right, and had some sort of interaction, conversation of like commands going backwards and forwards with this creature, and they both rendezvoused on the fact that Barra had asked this creature to follow, and this creature had said, "I was planning on doing that anyway," and that was sort of where they'd left that.
Right.
So as you find yourself, Joe, you find Barra traveling, and basically you are leaping from tree to tree.
Oh, okay.
You're sort of held in a very sort of large and all-encompassing kind of like one arm is kind of just holding you tight to a very broad and rippled chest.
Okay.
Right. Barra is
Uncomfortable, Conrad.
yeah. Barra is probably noticing a great many details of this. But that being said, this creature is primarily focused on moving from tree to tree, but as it makes each jump, it's jumping a good 20, 30 feet. Hard to tell in the night. You just see this flash of light from Barra's sort of chest beam.
The light's been transferred to his hood, so he's now illuminating the part in front of him. Remember, I cast light on.
Sure. Even so, as you're
Okay.
doing that,
Yeah.
like it's sort of just imagine you're moving through like the high treetops, and you're just jumping from one thing to the other, and you're moving from one direction to the other. So there's just it's just a little disorienting,
Sure.
even if you can see a fair amount. Right? What would you like to do?
Okay, so I mean, as an action, I don't wanna ditch Kaman, so I'm just gonna keep following. But as an action, I'm going to insult him.
Insult Kaman?
Vicious, no, this creature.
Right. Okay.
Hey, hey. So, like, like people can't see you because like you're invisible, or like, yeah, I think that's a good thing. No, you know what? Your mother's a piece of shit. Vicious mockery.
Right.
Ow!
What do I roll?
You roll.
Save versus wisdom.
Save us 16.
Wisdom save.
Piece of shit. I keep saying. Mother's a piece of shit.
So I get.
You can see.
You should change your vicious mockery to insult mother.
Okay. So,
That's your cantrip.
so
Insult
that
mother.
failed. So what happens?
And so
Take a
you
D4.
take a D4 damage,
Okay.
and we take 1 damage.
Okay.
That's how much you respect your mother. and as a bonus action, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm still fucking handsome, so you got to do what I say. So I'm gonna cast command again as my bonus action,
Okay.
because I've still got my handsome mental on. My mental and majesty. That's the thing. That's what it's called. Yes. And I say first of all I say reveal. So it's got save versus
Reveal.
wisdom.
Okay.
16 again.
Fails again.
All right. There you go. Reveal. Son of a piece of shit.
Okay, so you remind me where you've got this light.
On it, I think it was on his hood or on his helmet or something. I grabbed something on his head, and then
Yeah.
you said that because
Yeah,
it's
you could just
invisible.
put it on the back of the head. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just invisible. All right, so you now see the very well lit, heavy cloak of a large creature that is now in, because it's got you and it's kind of grabbed you almost like in a parcel, right?
Okay.
And it's kind of like holding onto you, and it's kind of moving forward like this. It's then backlit with this halo
shit.
of bright light.
All right.
Right? But it's still enough that you can sort of like squint and see, and it's this long hair that's sort of across its face. Its face is very large,
Okay.
in proportion to its body as well.
Okay.
And you see a slightly bluish to greyish tint on its skin.
Okay.
As you kind of are looking, and the creature continues to move, you see that its nails end in long talons. Its fingers are dexterous, but then there are a set of talons that kind of grow over the tips of its fingers.
Okay.
And it's just this very powerful giant of a creature.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's my turn done.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah.
So it continues to move, and it says, "Settle down. This is a bit of a trip." And it kind of like jumps to the next tree, and then sort of says, "And I killed my mother, so I won't hesitate to kill you."
Well, she was a piece of shit anyway.
Get clonked in the head. Dice in 1 second. That is a 17.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry.
You'll get, hold on, so
Oh,
you
no.
get 4 points of damage.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh,
Not
I'm
too
not
bad.
that sorry.
Not too
I'm slightly sorry. Right, I have it.
Yeah, just a second. So the first just quiet, it slaps you, and then kind of carries on. Now you still can't see Kaman, right? And you realise, even with the light that's flailing around, and as you do so, you don't see really any other lights beyond. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that Blair Witch flashlight kind of thing of like, your light is kind of flailing around as this creature's looking for its next place that it's going to jump to. And so there is a halo of light around you, but everything else is pitch black as you're moving, and you kind of, your orientation's just doesn't make any sense right now. You have another round if you like.
Casting suggestion.
Sure.
I'm like, hey, sorry, since we're on this ride together, it's like literally like ride or die, right? I come with your ride or die. Yeah, okay. So like, since I'm your ride or die, like I think you should tell me a little bit about who you are and where we're going. Suggestion. So, yeah, you roll 16
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Nope.
Why don't you
So
tell
what
me?
is your
It
suggestion?
pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability.
Who are you and where are we going?
Okay. So it says, my name is.
Exposito.
Oh, what, you've got your name?
Monstro.
What's wrong with you?
No, I have the name. I just realised that I didn't know I put it now. So it's really annoying from this afternoon. My name is Sugata.
Oh, okay.
Sugata.
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 All right, yeah, I know what it means here.
And we, that is, my brother and I, are returning to Riyaka's Eyrie.
Okay, and for my bonus action, I'm gonna say, why? And I'm gonna command, confess.
Okay.
Sorry,
Go
for my free action, I'm gonna say, what are you doing with us? And I'm gonna say, and my bonus action is command, which is confess. So here's the rule.
Fails again.
Oh, you having such a good conversation.
This is great. I'm very happy to get these rolls out the way now. So, yeah.
Grim says your name should have been Steve.
It's tempting. Pardon me. It says, so it's confess, is it?
Yeah.
Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned.
Well, indeed. And there's a woman that says, when I was 6 years old, I found the neighbor's dog. I beat that thing to within an inch of its life.
No.
And I then used it to weigh down the bag I put the neighbor in after I killed them.
Oh no. Okay.
Then
Okay.
I took some cookies from Grandma.
6 seconds. Oh, yeah, okay.
And it carries on like this for a little bit.
Oh, no.
You move again?
Okay, I mean, I'm almost, don't worry guys, I'm almost out of turns. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh shit, I don't have that many.
Just before it does, it gets a go. So it's slapped you again.
Oh no.
Right?
Oh.
I rolled a natural 20 on the dice.
Oh,
So
shit.
it will do
Shit ton of damage.
13 points of damage.
Oh, no, I haven't taken any damage from it, so I'm
So
still.
it's just more of a just shut up.
Wow, you slap people really hard.
Don't need my life history.
I don't know.
Just shut up.
I don't want it either. Okay, so.
I hated that bloody dog.
All right, yeah, okay. So why
I
don't?
hated the neighbor too.
All right, yeah, okay. Yep, okay. So, hey, why don't you? I'm gonna use my suggestion again.
You say the last one.
No, yes, possibly. Yes, I think it is. But, okay, maybe I'll do something else. No lies, okay lah, come. Yeah,
Okay lah, okay.
burn the spells. Okay, so, now, you know what? Since you've been rolling so bad, right? So how would I identify this person as a humanoid?
Yes, they are humanoid.
Okay.
They're a very big humanoid.
All right.
I mean, that's actually a good point. It's, I think from a common sense perspective, they're a humanoid. Whether or not from a D&D rules perspective, they're a humanoid. 1 second. I think they are not humanoid from a D&D rules perspective.
Okay. Oh well. Hey. So, like, I love hearing about your history. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about, like, why you're taking us to this Riyaka fellow, and what he wants with us, and why are you haunting and why are you abducting like innocent tourists from the jungle? Suggestions or rolls with some 16 too.
Failed. Again. I'm looking at
Tell us all about your plan.
Your evil plans.
Your evil plan.
That dice is in the dice jar now.
Right,
So, and I put it in the dice jar and it rolled a bloody 3. That's why it deserves to be in there. It sort of carries on. What was your suggestion? Tell us.
Tell us why you're taking us to Riyaka and why you're abducting tourists from the jungle.
Orders from Riyaka to pick off any weak, obvious victims
All right, obvious,
from
I'll
Dawn's
take that.
Edge. Instructions. Riyaka wants Dawn's Edge. I shouldn't be telling you this. Get your thoughts out of my skull.
Okay, for my command, I'm gonna say strip. Save, please. Oh no!
19.
Changed dice. Changed his dice.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard strip. But
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I did say strip.
Oh,
But I saved.
Okay.
maybe that was good.
We can keep our rating off.
We can.
PG something?
There's too much cursing to be PG, I think.
I didn't think we're
We're not R yet.
Move it up.
So, if you want to fast forward this, I'm essentially gonna keep.
Yeah, as well. You're gonna keep doing command?
I'm not gonna do suggestion, but I'm gonna keep doing command. Okay.
So the journey's about 20 minutes or so you'll get a few of these through. So let's say that you get roll a d6.
There's a 6.
Cool. So let's say you get 3 successfully through.
Okay. Strip. That's okay.
Are you literally gonna sit there going strip? Because it will just keep hitting you. So the question is, like, you know, are we going
But how many articles of clothing will he have left?
Okay, so first, disarm.
Okay.
Second, strip.
Mhm.
And third, I'm gonna use my free action to go, tell us everything about Riyaka. Tell us everything you know about Riyaka. And I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna say share. It's probably not gonna work, but yeah, that's my trick command.
Okay, so you say disarm. Disarm.
Very-
Yeah.
Huh. No noticeable effect because you can't see it carrying a weapon of any
shit.
sort. So I'll let you take another word for that if you want.
So I'm gonna go with strip first and see what he does.
Okay, so strip, it begins to rip at your leather armor.
No!
Make a strength check for me, please.
No!
Yeah, you've got 19 strength.
Nat 20.
So it just
No, I
claws at your armor and
I
you
don't
just...
feel that way about you.
Exactly.
You and your muscular arms.
So it didn't roll that. So therefore, it's you managed to fend it off. But it's just like you told me to do this. God damn it! What the? Playing hard to get it.
Kidnapping.
Yeah. We're definitely getting our R rating now. Then where do we get to? What was your second one? Sorry.
The second one is tell me everything about Riyaka, and I just say share.
Okay, share. So it says stronger than me, Riyaka, worthy of my respect. Very few things I would say that my brother and I wouldn't tangle with, but I wouldn't fuck with Riyaka. So I'll work for Riyaka. That's how this works.
And for my final trick,
Just trying to quit.
maybe in response to that I go like, quit.
I don't know how it would interpret that. It's not going to handle a letter of resignation. And it doesn't. It's not an immediate action it can take because the command is like, here's the reaction. So instead, it would be like, didn't want to talk to you anyway, and then just carries on through the trees.
Oh, that was stupid. I was like, Kaman would have said it. Oh, shit. Should have listened to him. That voice in my head. Stupid Kaman. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we keep going through the trees.
Oh, never-ending storm.
Yeah.
So indeed. So basically, a little time passes as you are moving from tree to tree. Every now and then, you get a little whack to the head.
Stop it.
And it's just like, just shut up. And then after a while, the subdual damage builds up, right?
Yeah.
So you just get knocked out, right? So it's basically because it's over a half-hour period, and so between your just tell me everything and like take me, big boy, right? And you know that versus the other side of it, which is like it just goes, just shut up, as it kind of pounds you with non-lethal damage, right? You're sort of like 15 minutes passes, and by the end of it, it's like okay, and then boom, the next hit.
And then I stopped, but my glamour would have faded by now.
Yeah, exactly. So like the combination of the two things, right?
Okay.
So you have awareness of what happens around you.
I can only hear.
You can only hear. So you just hear. You hear the creaking of tree limb to tree limb. Occasionally, you hear like a startled bird or animal or monkey or whatever is kind of like just runs away in abject fear. But beyond that, you hear very little else, right? Until maybe period of time passes. You don't have a wall clock on the inside, but you're kind of like roughly kind of going along with things.
Should install one. Yes.
So yeah, exactly. Yes, you know what, this place needs? A cup of tea, maybe. Just boil tea continuously. But you find yourself. You hear the sound of one thing skidding along another surface, and then you hear the sound of a sharp-edged rock striking sort of like some wood or some ground, and then you hear no other sounds.
Okay.
And then a moment later, you hear this one's bloody irritating. And you hear and the sound of a body being dumped onto some sort of.
I'm unconscious, am I?
You're unconscious. Yeah.
Okay, damn it. Okay. Don't say that.
I'll just wait.
I mean, you're unconscious and you've been like beaten up a bit, but you're not like if you want to swear, you can. This is, you're not like death saving.
I'm on fault.
And I will let you guys take a long rest.
Oh wow! Okay.
Because over the next few hours, you begin to realize and you see that you are in what would appear to be, I'm presuming your thing doesn't last that long, right?
6 hours.
6 hours. So like over the course of some time, whether you decide to jump out early or otherwise, you pop out again. Which would you like to do? Are you going to wait this whole 6 hours?
Bottle. Oh god, yeah, there's no bathroom here. All right, yeah, we're fucking. I'm gonna take this bottle.
Nice.
Where are we?
Well, so it's funny you said that. There is, in fact, the smell of a latrine because there is a bathroom in here.
Shit,
it's a very large room. It's probably actually maybe 30 or so feet long, maybe even longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
And what you initially thought was just it was a floor. It turns out to actually be a very, very large sleeping platform. You're maybe 20-ish feet long, right? And you're clearly a bed, right? And so it's wooden, but it's got some sort of a very simple pillow at one end and a very, very large, heavy blanket, right, which is down at the other end of it. And actually, in this what appears to be oversized cell, there is at one end a chamber pot latrine type of setup, though again for a larger size, one might say, and equally so, there is a candle, an oversized kind of tallow candle that is currently lit, which kind of gives off enough of a glow to be able to see around. Other than that, there's very little in this room.
It's just the two of us.
Just the two of you.
Is there any evidence? Yeah, I've come on the bottle.
Okay.
But you are you still unconscious?
No, apparently I wasn't unconscious. I was just feeling badly.
Okay. Is there any evidence here of people having been here recently other than ourselves? Recent inhabitants, not just...
Recent inhabitant. Make a perception investigation. What do you think?
It's a smell roll.
Make an investigation roll.
It's garbage. That's probably... I just want to make sure. I might have... Yes. It's a 10.
A 10? Okay, so there's no immediate... this has obviously been used as some sort of confinement previously, but there's no kind of immediate, like somebody left here 10 minutes ago. Like there's nothing in the midden heap. There's nothing sort of like, there's the blanket is there at the bottom of the bed, but it doesn't, it's not been used just recently.
Is there any sign of our captors?
I mean, you can go and have a look. There's a door, and it seems to be barred heavily.
Is there a window?
There's not a window. Well, there's a door which has got like your classic, heavy door with bars in it. So you can, in theory, go peek through the bars.
But there's no window leading to the outside.
There's not like a window.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we in a cave of some sort?
No, it's definitely worked stone.
Okay.
It appears to be some sort of building. You can smell the outside. So sorry, to be clear, the door clearly leads outside and has a gap in the door that you can see through. Okay. The door is like for again larger creatures, but you can sort of stand on tiptoes and kind of see through the door through the
take a peek.
The gap.
This is what Yrsa and Kie feel like all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just oversized.
Massively.
Because we have new followers.
Oh, hey!
Super cool. Who have we got?
Thanks for following us.
Shin Kirov and Master Over Space. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you very much. Thanks for following. Hope you're having a good time. So,
tippy toes, picking up.
Just talking to myself.
This was like to be short. I never want to about that.
We are leaving you here.
So it is probably early morning, so 6ish or so. So there's a bit of sort of like fair amount of light for you to see by, especially Kaman. And you see out that you're, well, firstly, nowhere you recognise. Secondly, as you look out through this door, you don't see a great deal other than there's what appears to be maybe it's a training dummy, maybe it's some sort of like, sentry. You can't really tell. Maybe it's like 20 or 30 feet away. Okay. And then on the other side of that is the forest.
Okay. Listening for sounds. Are there sounds of movement around? Or are there people speaking?
Make a perception roll.
Okay.
What are you doing over there?
10.
There is sort of some sound. There's obviously the sound of the night forest waking up, but there's also clearly a few other sounds. You hear some, guttural kind of curses and growls, a few other things that carry to you, but nothing you can pick apart from the echoes and the various other pieces in it, and certainly no languages that you can hear.
I think we should just consolidate and consider our situation.
What? Consolidate our situation?
Consider our
I
situation.
missed you, but my God, now I remember.
All right, Barra, what do you want to do?
Like, oh my God, did you come out of that bottle?
Yes.
Then get back in there. I can throw you outside.
Can I do it?
Are the bars narrow and the bars wide enough so that I can throw the bottle outside?
Ooh. How big is the
Dumbass.
bottle? I don't know.
And how?
Where's the bottle?
And how am I supposed to get you out?
Like, you go back and get help. Like, make sure my egg's okay.
Oh, you have more than one egg?
No, that one's not okay. Like, you see my egg, like, it could hatch, it'll imprint on somebody else, and it's gonna adopt somebody else. It's mama. Like, I'm its mama. Alright?
Yeah.
So, like,
But the thing is, those things hunted us down. They move really fast.
Okay,
I
yeah.
tried to escape.
as a bottle,
They,
like, because it was like the smartest thing to do.
as I tried to get away, they probably would catch me again.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
First off, let's see whether we can open this door without it being too noisy.
So, pardon me, remind me. So, if you decide to throw the bottle through the...
No, he doesn't want to.
Not yet, not yet. Not
Okay,
yet.
like, check out the door. Fine.
Okay.
You know, we'll
So
do it
I'm
anyway.
thinking of examining the lock
Mm-hmm.
and
What?
seeing if
No.
I can quite...
You've been like really not observant so far, so I'm going to do it. Okay. Here we go.
You don't even know what I want to do.
Okay, what do you want to do? Tell me.
I'm trying to blast the lock open, but quietly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Yrsa.
Quietly. Where's the go? Okay, I'm going to check out the lock. You want to guide me? No, I can't go make any for investigation or perception.
I mean, you can certainly try if you can find a good reason to.
To close my eyes and
What do you know about locks?
I open up Einar Vision and say, right, locks have tumblers inside. Right? Take a look at it. Tell me how many tumblers there are.
Tumblers. Okay, I can do that.
So you come to the conclusion that he doesn't know anything about locks, but you still feel the blessing of his god. So,
Rolling extra d4.
Okay, I'll do it. Ah!
What's your perception? Oh,
Ah, it's a 12.
so that's a investigation or
Perception. What is supposed to be investigation?
It would be so if it's close detail to figure out what something is, it's investigation.
Ah, it's 14.
14. It's locked.
Oh, it's locked.
Yeah, it's a heavy lock that would require, like thieves' tools would help you, like figure out that you need to do this, but it's still going to require quite a lot to actually
Got
move
these
the lock.
tools?
yeah.
Okay.
They didn't take any of our stuff away from us, right?
But no,
I played a burglar once.
Yeah. How did it go for you?
Yeah, well, remember I opened all the stuff in the crypt.
Was that in school?
Yeah. Yeah, like best drama club. Like we were up against all the other school's drama clubs and we won every year. Largely because of me. So, you know, these tools,
Uh-huh.
like, I was really in character. I just need to get in character. So you did these tools?
I take out my thieves tool and try to quietly.
Oh wait, what? I didn't know you had proficiency with it. Oh, you do? Oh, go,
Yeah, I do.
go for it. Okay. You did before.
No, I just never mentioned it.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I do.
No, yeah, go for it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What I roll for attempting to jimmy the lock quietly?
you're going to roll sleight of hand.
Can I guidance myself?
Oh wait, no, you're proficient with thieves' tools, are you?
I am.
Oh, so you'll basically roll, basically you'll roll the skill of thieves' tools in essence. So it's basically you'll skill them, so you'll roll your dexterity check, and then you add your proficiency bonus to it.
Oh, okay. It's not a lot, but it's something. So it's +4. Can I guidance myself for this?
Sure.
Close my eyes. Use the force.
Yeah, my 25 is not quite use a lot.
Wow. 27.
Yeah. So you hear a click as the door is unlocked and the mechanism clicks.
I say to you,
Yeah.
it's unlocked.
Okay, I can do this.
We...
I use message.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's unlocked. But if they see us, what do you want to do? Do you want to fight them?
We've got minor illusion, don't you?
Silent image.
Silent image. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You can set up like a diversion.
Sure. I open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I cast a silent image of
Oh, so when you say you open the door, you've unlocked the lock. How are you opening the door? You're going to pull the door or push the door?
I try moving it and see which direction it moves in.
Cool. So obviously, you guys are smart enough to look to see where the hinges are.
Ah.
And as you push it or pull it, you see it's very, very firmly barred on the other side.
Well, at least it's unlocked.
It is definitely unlocked. But clearly someone has thought, yes, well, no, these sneaky fuckers. Maybe we'll do a little bit more
So
there.
either we break the bar,
Or you get in the bottle. That's why you're outside.
all right. I
Well, I can have a pretty good relationship with the guy that kidnapped me. He like told me everything. Long story.
so once per long rest, I can enter the bottle.
But wait. I'm gonna ask Kaman, like, is his bottle the right size to fit through the bars?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
So I thought you had a ring.
No,
This is there's a bit of confusion, I think, over in the
no. We
I know.
on our chat. You mentioned that the gem becomes the stopper of the bottle.
Oh, that's right.
We've
Yes.
never
yes.
established the size of it though.
Well, that's a good point. So let's imagine what's your
No, but I would have seen the bottle, right? When I landed in there.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've never out of game in game established that.
Okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
don't know how big the bottle
So
is.
let's have a look and
Imagine those humans. You're gonna pee into it, right?
Yeah.
Size of your wing.
be hilarious.
Size of your wiener.
Gotta go for
Or at least, I cannot be that.
the.
Hey.
That is true. That is true.
Threading the needle.
Good aiming.
So while I'm having a look on to find how big this bottle is,
Even if you throw me outside, how are you gonna get out?
No, you don't get help. No shame in asking for help.
Fair enough.
Oh, I know how you've got that statue of yours, right? Like the
Oh,
thing.
doggy.
Yeah, the doggy.
Is it us?
Oh shit. No. Well, fudge. What do I have?
Does anyone in chat know? Does anyone?
There's
in
some
our chat know?
suggestions. Like, what does your description say about the bottle?
That's what you have to look at.
Uh,
So far, the suggestions are a balloon animal, a pokeball, a giant champagne bottle. Thank you, Grim. I don't, but we don't know what the size of it is. That's the question.
no, it's a genie warlock class feature.
So you got into a bottle and you don't even know what size it is.
You,
Alright.
when you
This
get put
is-
into something,
Mm,
do you
I
know
know,
the size of the
it's
thing
pretty
you're
big.
put into?
I know it's pretty big.
Right?
I don't know about like you.
Yeah, but we don't know the size of the outside of this building. Right?
No.
So if I've only seen
So
the
anyway.
inside of it, yeah.
So, hey, anyway, it's like, well, Liam's figuring things out. Just want to say, hey, I'm like, man, I was worried about you. You got me in trouble.
Yeah, no, I've lost it.
How
just
did
now.
I get you in trouble?
You got me in trouble, like I was going to escape, and like you got yoinked like some creature.
Oh, but did you get yoinked too?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
And like you like disappeared, and I had to like follow you, and I got yoinked by a creature.
Oh.
No.
But they were gonna yoink
Why-
you too.
How do you know that? Like
There's
you're like,
two of them.
You're like telepathic.
No, but if it
So
stands
like,
to
they can't
reason.
share you. You know, if I cared less.
For the sake of argument, we're
Which
going to say
are-
it's the size of an Evian bottle, and then we can retcon this as necessary. So, like one of those,
500 ml.
yeah, one of those 500 ml Evian, the ones with a little curve in it.
Okay.
Right.
So if I look at the bars, would an Evian bottle fit through that?
Oh yeah, they're pretty large, so there's a good gap between them. You could probably get a litre bottle through that.
Okay. Is there anything else in the room?
There is a giant-sized bed, giant-sized blanket, a
Are there any tiny
commode.
things?
Pardon me?
Any smaller things like rocks or anything like that?
I mean, not really rocks on the floor or anything. It's actually made sort of,
Okay.
other than being overscale,
All right.
the room is made to be lived in.
Okay, let me test something out. I'm gonna take my short bow. I'm gonna fire an arrow out between the bars to see whether anybody intercepts it.
No, wait. I have silence as a spell.
Okay.
We can just do this quietly.
Right. So you're saying you're gonna go into the bottle and I'm gonna throw you out and you're gonna do it
I'll
quietly.
cast silence. I bottle it. You throw me out.
Yeah, but like silence is like it's like daytime. Like people like see ya, right? Like whether they hear you or not.
Okay.
Right, so I'm gonna shoot this arrow.
They can see the duck anyway.
Be quiet. I'm not like
They're
sorry,
invisible.
wait.
Those guys are invisible.
Firing the arrow up.
Okay, you're firing an arrow.
Yeah. There's any again, and I'm gonna look to see if anything happens to the arrow.
So you fire an arrow, and as it does so, it kind of moves maybe 6 to 8 inches outside of the door, and then you see it sort of hit an invisible wall, and then just crumple into itself and kind of smack itself.
That was useful, right?
Detect magic.
Yeah, it's a very magical, transparent, wall that appears to be there.
And licking the intan off my fingers. That's good. I guess we're stuck.
All right.
All right.
Let's sing a song.
Did you bring cards?
No.
All right. Let's sing a song then.
All right.
So some time will pass for you guys.
Okay.
Right? We return back to you guys have reconnected at the end of your shopping. I believe Chadelier had wandered off to go and do a bit of an autopsy, and they said they'd see you again in 2 hours' time. So, what's your next step? What's your plan?
We go and find Chadelier.
Hi. Hi. And he appears.
Hello.
He appeared.
Hello. Did you just chop this person's hand off?
It was in a, hey, do you have a bag?
Sure. I take out the bag that we got from shopping earlier.
Bag of shopping.
And before I put the magic mandrake, I guess, into the bag, I say, hey, do you guys understand this? And I show them the severed arm thing. No.
Essentially. Can we make a roll at all?
What would you like to roll for?
Any kind of knowledge check of what the shit we're looking at?
Oh, the mandrake?
Yeah.
Sure. Any of you proficient in herbalism?
No.
Any of you an alchemist?
No.
Then you can't roll.
Earlier reaction, absolutely correct.
Does it fear now?
Don't know. We can ask him.
Then I just go, please do, because I don't want to talk to him. Okay. And I give you the set.
Thank you. Yafir.
Hello.
Hello. So, are you okay?
I mean, yes, I had a bit of dust in my eye.
So, I pull out the hand from the set. This came from the fake Kaman and Barra that was attacking us just now.
I see.
Have you seen anything like this before? Or do you know a friend who is smart enough to know what this is?
I imagine that we will be able to. There is probably a herbalist or similarly in this village. I do not know them myself, but I could probably ask. But otherwise, certainly in one of the next villages or towns, and by the time we get to the city or Twilight's End, there will certainly be somebody to purchase that from you.
We have no time for this.
It looks like.
There is a herbalist in town. If you know this one, I'm so confused right now.
I turn to my Drake and I'm like, Anne, what I do? I'm starting to get defensive.
Offer them a one of your berries. They like that.
Okay. So I just ignore you completely because we're still fighting, and I just go. I just make a sound like, and then I grab the saddle from you and I swing it over my back, and then we sort of just form like a tree, like a line, like a kindergarten school line, and then we trot towards the herbalist's house. Herbalist's. Yeah, and then on the way there, I'm just like, fuck you.
So angry. So sorry.
So you head up to the herbalist's house. Actually, Chadelier, you could probably make a survival roll.
Survival roll.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Survivor.
20.
Why? Because they might know what this is.
Oh,
15.
See, more than likely, the the Vitala and these particular roots will just turn into decent spell components of one sort or another. So it's really just resale value.
Oh,
Right? That's
I
really
can
the
trace
primary.
origins of it.
Yeah, I mean, like beyond the fact that like these are a certain type of creature that live in this forest that you're aware of, right? It's really more just a case of you can use these as part of potions of plant growth, perhaps as potions of like various other things that allow you to take other reagents and create sort of magical effects. Beyond that, it's not there's nothing special about it.
Okay, so before I knock on the herbalist door, I just suddenly I stop and I just throw up my tiny paws and I go, find it! I turn around and I stomp towards the middle, back to the market again.
Okay.
Come and find us.
And then on the way back to the market, I'm talking to Anne. I'm like, yo man,
I guess we're changing location again.
yo man, should we just go for it? Should we just go to the
I
market?
thought that's what we were doing. I thought we were going to take them to
Yeah, but there's so many
Riyaka's
mountains
place.
around here.
But it's
Okay, you lead the way.
sure. You follow me while I fly. How does that sound?
Don't be a dick. Lead the way.
I can't help it. And N just like starts flying.
And I just start.
So
I just start sprinting after Anne, and then I turn around.
Wait, come back.
I go faster.
Yes, I make us go faster. Hold on, give me a second. Ready? Okay.
What is going on?
N sort of circles back around and says, "Oh, that's the ritual that allows her to go faster. You have to do it as well, otherwise it won't work."
It has been really slow because it talks very long. So in your story, he's still going like,
Okay. Feel better? We can move faster now. Yeah.
So yeah, we
So,
literally
we
walk a lot faster now.
sprint after Anne.
Cool. So you guys find yourself moving down the mountain relatively at pace, sort of back down the main road that leads you down towards the travel path. But then you then sort of start veering quite quickly through jungle paths that Chadelier takes you under. I need I'll take another survival check from you, Chadelier, and I'll take perception checks from you guys because you're traveling at speed.
At speed.
I got an 18 for speed.
Can I say that back in the thing? I'm going to start working on the lock anyway. This can happen simultaneously.
23.
That makes sense. The bar.
The bar.
23 and 14?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, without too much difficulty, you managed to keep an eye on... you're not trying to lose them. You're
I'm
just...
just fantastic.
Yeah, you just... That's it.
What the grow up to have this confidence?
I don't see it. I'm just like...
It's on the inside. So, you, with that 18 as well, navigate them down from sort of Flame Peak and then across to the low foothills after about an hour to 2 hours of Angsung Kachil, right? And you take a moment and you see that N comes back and says, okay. So, and sort of it's just sort of like circling around and then sort of speaks to you, Chadelier, and says, so we're kind of on Riyaka's turf now. So I don't know how you want to do this. Like, do you have a particular plan in mind here, or do you just plan on me getting shot?
And I just go, why don't you take 5? Let me talk to my new friends.
Like disappear? I can disappear.
No, just take a lap back. I don't know. See the scenery. I don't know.
Cool. I'm back in 5.
Okay. And then, I send you off for his break. And then I turn to you guys and I go,
Oh, are we here?
yes.
Okay.
Nearby.
Okay.
Very dangerous. Hungry? And I reach behind and then I just sort of like rummage. And I pull out the vial that contains the 9 berries. But it's sitting at the bottom of like a bed of oil. So it's not from my butt. It's just like a health thing. And I go, hungry?
We ate breakfast before we came.
And the
But
market too.
I appreciate the offer very much.
Maybe later.
So if we are near, I think it's time for the dog to come out.
I rummage in my bag and I take out the figurine of wondrous power, which is this small stone statue that looks like a dog.
It's a lion.
Oh, small
It's a
stone
dog.
statue.
It's a dog. It is a dog.
It's been
That looks like a dog.
it's been skinned to look like.
Okay.
And then Chadelier just looks and goes, what?
No, it's the other way around. It's skinned to look like a lion.
Oh, is it?
And it's an onyx dog that's been skinned to look like a lion.
I'm so confused.
Small stone statue that looks like a lion.
Very Chinese.
I can't tell what it looks like. I think the artist had a vague idea of what a dog should look like.
It's a lion dog.
Yeah.
Animal.
Okay.
It's got
never
a
mind.
chow chow.
Scalpel.
Yeah.
I can remember the words correctly. Oh, yeah. Who is a good boy?
I'm the best boy. I'm the best boy.
And Chadelier
This-
just takes one step back.
There's this huge kind of like multicolored red and white and
Western
golden colored like lion dog thing just appears and goes, yeah.
Oh my god, I've never used it before, so exciting. You're so cute!
I'm cute. I'm cute.
And Chadelier looks disgusted. He just takes another step back.
Wow, actual barking.
Do you want to be my friend?
Yes. Good boy.
Like none of this is actually said, right? It's just like it's just standard dog stuff, right?
He can speak common.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he can speak common.
Then it's said.
Yes.
Do you want to be my friend?
Yes.
Do you want to be my friend?
Yes.
It's an
you wanna
intelligence
be my
of
friend?
8. It's smarter than most PCs.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I want you to be my friend.
Fuck off.
I'm gonna spend the rest of my life making you my friend. I literally.
Okay, so...
Yes.
What do you want us to roll while we attack the lock? So we're just quietly rolling through.
What are you wanting to achieve?
I'm trying to break the bar.
Yeah, I'm just like Eldritch blasting it nonstop.
Oh, you can do that. You're just not gonna get through the wall of force on the other side.
Oh,
of it.
no,
That's the problem.
but can we break the lock?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Yeah, break the bar.
Like between the two of you, you're both reasonably accomplished. So
Okay.
yeah.
So the two of us are now sort of outside looking at the magical force wall.
Yeah, and it is literally the door, and you've got the depth of the door frame, which is a good foot. So it's a thick door.
Okay.
So you managed to attempt. You've broken the things, but then you tried to open the door, and you realize you can't open the door because to open the door you'd have to push it through the wall of force.
I have a plan, but I will come back to it.
Yes, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
So I want to sequence the time together, so we're not too. Yes.
Time. I
Go
think
ahead.
I can get
Okay.
through this.
What is your name, good boy?
You know,
Calling you good boy.
I don't have one yet.
We shall call you
Xiao.
Marshall.
What? Oh.
Thank you for the random speaker in my direction.
Oh.
Next.
Oh.
Mine says Boya.
Master. This is how one of my
Xiao
friends-
Marshall.
No,
Xiao
Marshall.
Marshall.
You're not Xiao at all.
Xiao Marshall. I like it.
Marshall. Good boy, Marshall. Okay, Marshall.
Xiao Marshall.
No, not Xiao. Just Marshall. You are not Xiao. You are big. Anyway, Marshall, we are looking for our friends. Okay?
I like friends.
Yes, we are looking for more friends.
Chadelier rolls his eyes.
Can you keep an eye out? If you see anything
I see something, and it just runs off.
that is
And it comes back to you.
that
with,
looks like a person,
it comes back to you with a large sort of branch from a tree, and goes, "I found you something," and drops you a tree.
Drops your tree.
It's a big tree, big branch.
Okay. We clear later. Now need to work. Okay? Need to find our friends. You need to guard us. Make sure nobody sneaks up on us without us knowing. Okay? You can see invisible creatures.
I can do all of those things, but when do we play fetch?
After we find our friends.
Is that now yet?
No.
What about now?
No.
Now?
Ask again in 1 hour.
It doesn't really fight, but it has intelligence of 6. It can speak common. It can...
Can I?
Oh, yeah.
No, just so I
It
know
can
what's in there.
see in the dark. It can see invisible creatures.
Oh.
So the main thing we're using it for is really just to keep an eye out. Yeah.
So he's taking my role.
But also
Not quite lah. Can you see invisible creatures?
No, can we just sit on his back?
Oh, I don't know it. It doesn't say that we
Because
can
we're all
hide
quite
it.
small, right?
That is true. We are quite small.
Hey, all three of you might be able to fit.
But I'm gonna move faster than you.
Right on the
But
tree.
if Marshall can elk too.
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
That is true. It doesn't actually require a ritual for me to do the elky thing. Just when we walk, we just walk faster.
So I am reasonably comfortable that if you wish to, you can one of you can get on the back of Marshall.
You can
Someone has to
fly.
walk.
Marshall is
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be.
Yeah, I
Marshall.
forgot.
Okay, so Marshall's like, okay, I'll look out.
Good boy. Yeah, we continue on, I guess.
Yeah.
And then just turns around a little bit.
Come follow us, Masha. Let's go together.
I go, and come back. I'm in my brain, sorry. And then,
Grim says Marshall is going to be the mascot of this channel.
and then I go, and so we have a new friend, apparently it's called Marshall. Can you speak to Marshall?
And sort of flies down, and Marshall kind of looks.
He's
up
a
and
friend,
goes,
Marshall.
Friend, I like a friend, and sort of like big sort of stony dog lion tongue thing kind of comes out and sort of licks Marshall and licks and then sort of like flutters wings in a sort of quite a uncertain way. I'm not sharing my food with this creature.
Yeah, sure, whatever, man.
Yeah. As long as we're covered with that, then sure, whatever.
Okay, so once we settle that internally, and I go, hey man, we need we need a game plan. So Marshall here is gonna be our scout. Apparently he's like super chill and super cool and super enthusiastic, which I'm not a really big fan of, but whatever. How do you think you could fit into this situation?
What do you add to this?
Yes, what do you add to this team
You
dynamic?
fundamentally misunderstood the nature of this sort of like, summoner-summonee relationship.
No, we're friends.
You are the summoner. I am the summonee.
And I go,
Yes,
and-
we're friends. We're buddies. I'm here to really provide you life coaching if you think about it in some ways, but also be here. I'm there for you, right?
And this is not BDSM, and you're my friend.
Yeah,
You need to contribute.
I am
How do you
contributing.
think? So if what's your name? Marshall is our scout, do you think you could be?
You mean that Marshall that's currently chasing a bluebird?
Yeah, he's a bit dumb, but just keep it between us. You think you could cover? You think you could cover our, like a back, you think it could be our escape vehicle, in case something goes down.
I'm smaller than you are.
That's true.
How am I
Very
going to keep...
small.
I'm like, oh my god, you're so useless. All the times I've been to the gym, where were you at? And then and I go, fine, since you're so weak. This is the BDSM thing coming in. I'm like, you're going in first. They're gonna scout for our scout.
Oh,
Not you.
it seems... It's just very hostile around here at the moment. I will be back. And so flies.
So you're gonna do what I'm saying. Like, Anne, did you get it? Oh no. And then I saw end our competition. I'm like, ho ho ho. I'm just looking like, yeah,
Everything okay?
yeah.
Fight. Lie.
Why are you talking like
I'm trying to match the dynamic.
Then I just go, "Ugh, let's go.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Are we all riding? Is someone
No,
riding?
nobody is
Oh,
riding.
like-
The dog is its own separate creature. I like to point out that we are small, not tiny, okay?
I'm
This is
really-
true.
Ah.
This is facts.
But we are waist height, not knee height. Okay?
At this point, Barra has cast prestidigitation on the invisible wall just to see his symbol floating in the air.
Oh no.
Sure. I mean, you can make a little flexi. I'm going to fast forward these things to resynchronize us. So within about another hour or two of travel, Anne sort of comes back and goes, right. Okay. Yeah. So, we're all going to die. But it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. No, it's fine. Send them in first, and then you and me, we can run, and we can go somewhere else, and it'll be totally okay. Yeah? Is that good? That's good. I'm down with this, right?
Wait, what? Why?
Because, this is not cool, dude. I mean, we said nothing about getting in, and my ass is going to get flame grilled, and I don't like that, and that's not cool, and this is, there's lots of creatures there, and I'm not really that happy about this, so...
Are you willing to tell me what you saw?
Well...
Yeah.
Well,
If not, I will send you back in again.
No, because that's Riyaka's camp, and in Riyaka's camp are all of Riyaka's people, including those two fucking scary spider things. And they saw me and they chased me, and I had to run, and that was okay, and I managed to be all right. But I didn't like it, and then I ran some more, and I came back, and this is not cool, dude.
So are they coming in our direction?
I don't fucking know.
Okay. Small pause because we have a new follower that we have not noticed for the last few minutes. Sorry. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Dre does this. I
Sorry?
pronounced that correct?
Hi.
What was that?
Adri does this.
Adri does this? Hello. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for following.
Oh, there's another one, says Hans, the producer. Will eventually furnish us with Najolis. Welcome to the stream.
So we're level 6 at the moment. Vivien, who's playing Le Chadelier, is level 7.
Yay. Okay.
Run away, run away.
So,
What is the baby elephant song? Because the only one I can think of is the, 每到大街小巷.
what? How is that a bit? Xiao Xiang.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way.
Happy New Year. Very good.
Oh, that's quite clever.
Chinese. Yes, Chinese.
Very
Chinese New
good.
Year.
小巷.
It's very current.
So every big sister and baby elephant. Ah.
So, have we synced the timeline or not yet?
We're very close, yeah.
I'm going to cast the spell magic, or should I save it?
You can try it.
Oh no, my level 3. Okay, I'll just cast. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'll just roll to see. Keep playing with dogs. What is that?
It's a lion.
Lions.
Eventually, we'll
Lion
have the
dog.
time to come to you.
Although we just ended our...
So you were just like, it was freaking out. Beyond that, what would
Okay, so Chadelier can really sense like the panic.
and very uncomfortable.
Yeah, the panic and discomfort that Anne is in, and like he doesn't want to rank friends, but Anne is number 1, you know, and then you guys are number 2 and 3. So Chadelier takes.
Number 2 or 3?
Okay, so Chadelier just Chadelier gives Anne a long look, and then like the previous tension that they had because we were fighting like losers kind of dissipates. And then he just nods at Anne, and then he turns to both of you, and then he reaches back into his ass pocket. He takes out the vial of 9
There has to be a better
bumberries and gives you the sack of amputated and the magic. And then he just sort of very intimately holds you, like hands you the items, and then puts his small paws on your cheek, and then he looks you in the eye and he goes, be safe. Then he lets go and he slaps your ass.
Oh
And then he like walks off into the distance with Anne.
Friend.
Why?
And I turn, and then like Chadelier turns back, and you can see like the sun, and he winks.
Wow.
But on the way down, you can like Chadlier's talking to Anne. I'm like, I feel like shit. This is all your fault.
emotional Korean music
No,
plays
no,
in the
we're not.
background.
Are we leaving them?
You said you wanted. Wasn't that what you wanted to do?
No, I didn't want to die. But I don't want them to die. They seem really
never mind.
nice.
And climb tree. We're gonna stake out.
This is so confusing. Look, 200, 300 meters that way is the beginning of their place. There's the palisade. The palisade's got some of these giant things that are there. They got long hair. They're scary. Over on that one, there's some like weird tiger people thing. And then behind that's where the scary spider people are. You want me to go where?
I want us to go away
Away where?
into the forest together to seek safety.
Okay. Do we get our friends?
No, you said you didn't want to die.
I don't want them to die.
Oh my god, we need to speak to a therapist. Let's just, you know what? Let's just take a break. I think this has been too much for all of us.
There's a moment where you see the Drake kind of goes, no, because let's go with our friends.
Oh my god! And then from like the distance behind you hear Chadelier just shout, "Fuck!" And then that you hear like a,
After that dramatic farewell.
and then Drake just runs past you, snatches the.
Sack.
No, he actually grabs his
Berries.
berries first, and then he goes onward.
I feel like there's been a change of mind. But okay. Will you like it?
Play fetch now?
It feels so strange. Oh, hi. Welcome back, Marshall.
Fetch.
And then
No, not yet. We haven't found friends.
I tap you guys on the shoulder and I'm like, and we'll find an entrance.
Oh, we found a place.
Entrance. And because and fly.
Maka, I love you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause they said that they love me, so I love them.
Micah loves Yrsa. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel appreciated.
So, about this time, your now kind of timeline is roughly synced up. You find yourself approaching, as you reach the crest of Aung San Suu Kyi, you can see above you there is clearly an area that's been cleared, and some sort of civilized creature of some sort has created a large wall within which there is a set of steps that leads up into potentially some area that you can't see behind there. At the bottom of that set of steps, however, is a large kind of spiked wooden palisade, and sort of stood kind of like, not noticing you just yet, but sort of lazily guarding and just looking around, appear to be two creatures in armor. So it'd be rather large. That's not a strange turn of affairs for you.
Everything is big. Sizey store.
What's new?
So, what kind of creatures are they? Can we tell?
You're not close enough to get a good look at them because they have helmets on and they are sort of, I wouldn't say, still a few hundred meters away, right? Okay. So, like, it's more because you knew this was coming on, so you're being quite careful, and you can see that there's a couple of creatures guarding it, and then you can see the sort of steps that lead up.
I think we should try and sneak up. See if we can find our way in. Huh?
Just to let you know, Vivien, I rolled a 19 on Dispel Magic.
And you see, you've managed to channel it, you pass your Dispel Magic at it, but Wall of Force isn't affected by Dispel Magic.
I know, my level 3 spell slot is in the green. Oh, fuck.
A couple more levels of that.
I know, I gotta put my prestidigitation back on it again. Alright, we go.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's my house sigil.
You do, however, as there's this momentary ripple as your magic kind of engages with it and tries to break it apart. You do hear a very deep chuckle.
Oh, you hear that?
I think somebody's watching us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we should look around, see who can see us.
Oh, I thought you were gonna perform.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to jump to the side?
There's a back to that. We're performing for the next minute.
Go ahead. What are you performing?
Right, yeah, this is especially going out to whoever's watching me. Not that there's anyone, but yeah, just especially for all my friends out there. Here's a song. It's boom, boom, boom.
And then out of nowhere, Kaman pulls out a violin.
Huh?
What?
These guys
And
are
a
terrible.
What?
Out of his backpack.
Violin?
Please, can I get a performance check from Kaman?
I know, you're gonna fuck up everything.
Supporting. This is supporting. Supporting. 18.
Okay, then by all means carry on. But you
Right, yeah.
you get advantage at whatever you're going to do.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on, but alright. Bring. Hey now, there were monsters, they were out on a raid. We went night swimming, but we got waylaid. Now we are in this place. This situation's not quite ace. Hey now, they were monsters, they were out on a raid. Hey now, I'm still waiting to go back and get paid. What happened to my egg? Oh, you're such a pain in my leg. Yeah, right. Yeah. It was a 1 minute performance.
Indeed.
Anybody who has been listening for a minute is now charmed by me.
Do they get saved?
I don't. Mental freaking balls. Hang on. No, they do not. No, yes, you do.
Wisdom 16. Wisdom 16.
Yeah, no. So you don't. You hear a sort of resounding sort of clapping sound.
Oh yeah.
Made by a very large pair of hands. and you hear a voice that comes from, as you're looking at this door, to the right of you. You hear a voice sort of from about 5-6 meters away say, "Oh yes, that's a very pleasant song. Very pleasant song indeed."
Oh, yeah? I think so too. Well, maybe we should have a bit of a chat about your excellent taste in music. Wherever you are.
Sure. I'm happy to.
Why don't you come over here and we can talk to each other face to face?
Well, I'd love to, but I'm a bit detained at the moment, one might say.
Oh, what? Oh, no. Oh, it's freaking some other guy in some other cell.
I mean, that is the correct conclusion, yes.
Oh, no.
I'm I'm what you might call a fellow inmate, another jailbird.
Oh, let's bust him out. Come
Yet
on.
another victim of the system, one
Oh,
might say.
yeah, no, you know what? All right, yeah, like, we'll help each other out. And
Yeah.
when you come out, you got to help me for an hour.
I mean, the lawyer fucked me. What?
What?
Why is your lawyer?
Right, yeah,
No, it's the one reason I'm here.
Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway.
It's a joke. Maybe it doesn't translate well.
No, not like my universal music, which is the language that speaks across culture.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna bust
Then
you
play
out.
on, I say.
Oh, thanks. We're gonna bust him out because he's gonna listen to me for an hour. Yes.
Okay.
He's gonna help me. All right.
How do we bust him out?
I don't know.
There's a wall between them.
Use your freaking lockpick or shit. Like we can bust
I can't get to him.
The bar. Let's open the
Is
bar.
he next to us? Can we see him? Is he across?
No, so the way I want you to think about this is imagine you're in a very large sort of rectangular room, at the end of which is a wall, which has got the door in it. Literally, there is a very short gap between the edge of the door and a wall of force, right? And you're hearing the voice come from the right-hand side, and, with Barra's surprisingly incredible intellect, you come to the conclusion that this is the voice of the person that is in the cell next to yours.
That's why we can't see
That's why you can't see them.
Wherever
And
they are.
they're not able to see you, but they can hear you and were entranced by your singing.
We have a new follower.
Hey!
JKAB 12.
Oh, thanks.
Or is it one word? Jukba.
Pardon me?
I don't know. It's
Okay.
JKMA.
Yeah, we'll break it
I
out.
will go with that.
Chikma,
Later.
Welcome to the stream.
welcome to the stream.
And thank you for another cheer, Grim Gang. Cheer!
Yeah.
Thanks, Grim.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna try and communicate with him, but feel free to jump back to the side.
Awesome. Right, so we'll do that in a second.
Okay.
Are you going to? What are you going to do? Are you going to try and sneak in? Are you trying to figure things out? You're trying to do a little bit of reconnaissance, or?
I have passed without a trace. So
Was it?
veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection.
Ed and Joe, give me a perception check for a second.
For the duration, each creature you chose within 30 feet of you, including yourself, has a +10 bonus to dexterity checks. And can't be tracked.
Dexterity stealth checks.
And can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no traces or other traces of its past.
And you know what's so cool? It lasts an hour!
Yeah.
Yes!
An hour.
That's very powerful. Yeah, that is very powerful.
Ranger, baby.
Whatever.
So you guys just a couple of times now, even through the wall of force, you can clearly see there is a small, maybe it's a dragonfly, maybe it's something else, but there's a small creature that sort of flies around and then kind of like does a loop every now and then. So over the course of the past hour or so.
Is it N?
Okay.
That was for them, but you wouldn't know.
Mosquitoes. I've heard
I
about these
know.
jungles.
No, but it's not coming down.
Mosquitoes.
Do you think it's sort of like surveying this place? Do
Giant mosquitoes.
you think it's surveying this place?
It could be.
All right, I'm gonna try.
Do you think it's a really big dragon that's
I'm gonna-
really far away?
I'm gonna ask it.
Oh,
Message.
wow.
Is it within 60 feet?
No, it's very far away.
Probably not.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, maybe you can send some help. All right, I cast light on the wall because anything I can touch.
Sure.
I cast light on the wall. I cast prestidigitate bar symbol.
Do you see it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a push. It's not. You're not going to be. It's not a like a focused lamp that gets to go out up against the
Sure.
sky, and it's the daytime as well. The
Yeah.
combination of these two things means that
Okay.
you've lit up a nice glow
Okay.
that kind of passes through the wall of force,
Yeah.
right? But then it kind of just dissipates into the daytime.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. Cool. Oh, fair enough. That's definitely something, right? So,
Okay.
let me make a roll.
I'll just back it up with silent
What
image.
is
Oh yeah.
Anne's perception?
Oh boy.
Ramji, I'm going to back it up with silent image. So that for resolution.
What are you making it? Sorry.
So to make it clear, because it's been, it keeps winking out, right?
It's not so much as winking out. It's that Barra's currently turning into Morse code, right?
Okay.
Which is actually something that can be noticed, as opposed to like the spell. The light happens, but it's like turning a torch on in the daytime.
Right.
But yes, you can see it, but it's nothing notable. But when you start flashing it, though, it becomes a different thing, right?
Okay, cool.
Perception is passive is 12.
As well, but the rolling.
We haven't rolled yet. Ha!
Okay, can we get the perception?
Passive was better. It.
Okay, so you get a you do get a message, man, that says
Spit it out.
there's some flashing lights over on this side.
Oh, and Drake. No, it's not my name. Chadelier turns to you guys and goes, lights. Friend. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. he likes to.
Blinding lights.
Yeah,
By the weekend.
Which direction?
Okay, so
From where we are.
I can either cast
Oh my god.
We're never getting rescued this time.
I can either cast P-Sense and then I take 5. You just observe it.
Ah, my eyes!
And then we
Sorry.
cast Pass Without Trace and then we all sneak in. Or I can just cast Pass Without Trace and then we just go in and like.
I think B-Sense is concentration, right? So I think you would need both.
Yeah,
You couldn't have
yeah.
both at the same time.
I think let's go with Pass Without Trace and then we because wait, Anne is female?
But I'm female, I guess. I mean, male with female name. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where we are.
Where did
I'm a
she
Drake.
see
I don't feel the necessity
Where
to
did
define.
they see
It's a non-binary
lights?
drink.
Okay,
It's
so
a
I'll
male by
tell.
definition.
I'm like, actually, and can you understand?
Mandrake.
This is a species.
A mandrake.
creature.
It's kind of like
Right.
Species
a
creature.
reptile called.
And you can understand like normal language, right? Or is it just me?
You literally have the sheet in your hand.
That is true. That is true. Languages draconic. Yeah, alright. So I can you speak draconic?
I can.
No, but you can.
So okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask what is the question?
Okay, so I will draw on the ground like the shape rough, what I think would be the shape of the castle, and then X on where we are. Where is the light coming from?
Okay, so I'll tell Anne like, Anne, can you point using your beauty claws where you saw blinding lights by the weekend?
So and basically says to you that there is a rectangular sort of like rough area where there is another really rather large rectangular castle shape, right? And if you imagine looking top down on it, on the left hand side is where the lights are. You are down here on the left hand side.
Okay. So basically we move.
You would basically be moving up those stairs that you've got there, and then it is further to the left.
Okay. Are we able to bypass the guards entirely, like keeping to the forest?
Yeah, you'd have to scale the wall,
We will scale the wall.
Yes! Climb!
Okay.
Fly.
and there may be other
Oh, fly. I can climb.
guards and things, but let's Anthony will give you some advantages in your perception. Put it that way.
Okay, go.
Obstacle course montage.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pass that trace and sneak in. Can I get some stealth rolls, please?
Prison break.
Okay, so we get a plus 10 on this thanks to Chadelier.
Ninja warrior. Yeah,
I'm
good.
also stealth. Oh, I got 11.
Stuff is gonna what?
I got
Under
28.
Oh,
Oh lord, that's terrible. I
I
got
dropped
19.
it. I dropped it. Can I do it again if I dropped it? What? I gave out my hand. I didn't do it. Fine.
All gamers
You got a
know
plus
this.
10 though. So
Yeah.
Not
bad.
bad.
You got a plus 10 because of
Yeah,
Pass
yeah.
Without Trace.
So that's 7 plus 8
17.
plus 10 is...
Oh.
25.
Oh, what? So much?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got like 38.
Oh,
So
I thought it was either that
38.
or this.
No.
38.
Wow.
Yeah, I got 17 plus 10
amazing.
plus.
There we go. That's
I am
amazing.
sorry for being the weakest link.
You're only one less than. Oh, no.
Can I carry Marshall?
Can you carry Marshall?
Yeah. How big is he as a dog?
About the same size as you.
Damn.
But
Yeah,
she's strong.
I'm strong.
Yeah. But it's just more of a wieldiness than a strength thing. You can definitely carry him, you're strong enough, but it's more of a you're now holding a dog that's the same
Who has
size
the
as you.
lowest? Who has the lowest?
Can lion
stealth?
dance,
Oh,
Marshall?
Why are you carrying Marshall?
No, you give all of us plus 10.
No, it says
All
one
of us.
each creature you choose.
Each creature you choose, including
Each,
you.
Okay, everybody's super cool then. Sorry.
Anyway, Ranji was asking you why you're carrying Marshall.
Oh, in case we need to scale a wall, I am carrying Marshall.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. Yeah. Sort
I
of.
will use my ropes and fashion a harness and carry him like a
Oh.
backpack.
Or we can just walk in the front door. We're
not that
just
stealthy.
walk in.
You're not invisible.
Yeah, we're not invisible. They can
You're
still
just
see us.
really
Yeah,
quiet.
you need to have cover
Yeah.
to be able to hide, right?
Yeah.
So, that being said, you all rolled pretty well. I'd say. What did you roll, Sheena?
Heat. Sorry. 19.
Oh, 19. Okay, actually, it's not still not bad at all. The average of that is enough. Okay, so you manage to move off to the left-hand side, and you pass through the undergrowth, and a combination of Chadelier and the pass through that trace spell means that you break no twigs, you leave no footfall behind you, and you are now finding yourself where on the right-hand side to you is a steep stone wall made with heavy, large mortar sort of set bricks that kind of leads up, and the wall is maybe 6-7 meters, so it's reasonable height.
Does it slope with a concave at the end, so it's really hard to scale?
No,
unless you
it's-
get a
it's-
real good.
It's
run
actually
onto
sloped
it.
this way, so you could, in theory, if you were super skillful, just kind of.
Make your bad Ninja Warrior reference.
Oh yeah. No, nor are there very useful little things that kind of bat you backwards and forwards or other such fun. You're going to try and sneak up. How? Make a survival roll. Who's the person that's leading at this point?
You seem to be better at looking at things than I am. No.
That's okay.
Chadelier raises his hand.
Ranger, lead the way.
I have to roll survival, right?
Ayo.
Oh, fudge. I got it. 8.
8? Oh.
What?
Then roll a D8 for me.
Is this the 8? No. This one.
That one.
5.
Cool. Okay. Okay, great. All right. So now you find yourself at a wall, though, and you think this is about the place that Anne described as where the flashing light was.
Do we hear our partying friends?
Singing?
Make a perception roll.
Singing?
Wait, who
That's
should make
true.
it?
Yeah.
Who's best at it?
Not me.
I got plus
I'm-
5.
Okay, then you do it.
Oh.
I'm only at 3.
Yes. You are not acquainted with the singings of Barra.
6 plus 11.
No.
Damn it!
I'm like humming to myself so I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You hear the sounds of the weekend.
Yeah.
And you're-
Do we see the spiraling creature getting any closer? 'Cause we'll be walking
No,
forward.
you just because you rolled really high, you
Yeah.
would notice that creature had made a couple of passes.
Alright.
It was just
okay.
like a little out of the ordinary. That's
Alright,
that's what it
okay.
is. It's not that
Okay.
it's sort of like, oh, I see that thing there. It's more of a,
Okay.
oh, that's weird. Like,
Okay.
is that the same? Is that the same albatross? You know, that
Right,
sort of
right.
like yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, you rolled a what's it?
11.
11. Okay, 11's not bad. You certainly didn't hear anything.
But I suddenly start singing the Shrek theme song.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, somebody was. Are you guys going to climb this wall now?
No. We're going to send Kie to fly up and scout like a drone.
Okay.
But I still under the stealth.
No, it only has a range of, I
No,
believe.
it's only when you cast it.
And then what?
And then you have it.
There's a pass without trace range.
Yeah, it's a range. No, you've got to be within the range
30
for it.
feet on
30
the
feet, yeah.
Hmm.
So you could bring Chadelier with you if you can pick up Chadelier.
She's
How high is the wall?
Well, I mean, it's sort of straight up line, probably about 18 feet.
Okay.
So
It's still within the 30 feet.
yeah. Close, yeah.
That's true.
Further, where is the window? How high is the window?
Which window?
Is there a window?
There's just currently what you see is there is a
Sheer wall?
wall that's kind of like it's slightly angled and it's made of stone and it's clearly been built into the side of the mountain, so it leads up there. And you presume there's some stuff at the top of the wall, but you don't know what there's there at the moment.
Okay, so we would have replenished our ropes during the shopping session.
Yeah, we did.
I think you replenished ropes before
Yeah,
doing
before
that.
that with Alan.
I'll pass you one end of the rope, so you fly up, anchor it somewhere.
So with winged boots, you activate them, and then they last for how long?
Hours.
4 hours, and then they're done for the day, is it?
No, so you can use it for just several shorter flights, each one a minimum of 1 minute from the duration.
Okay, I'd just like everyone to know that I'm not micro-accounting that, so you have to keep an eye on
It's a
that.
total of 4 hours.
Total of 4 hours in any day,
Nice.
is it?
Yeah.
And then does it need to be charged, or?
It regains 2 hours of flying capability for every 12 hours they're not in use.
Oh, okay,
Right,
fair enough.
So it's quite long.
Okay.
It's kind of a Roomba.
Yeah, it's like a so right. So you
So I
Wow.
put on my new fashionable winged boots and I take flight.
can I get another stealth roll, please?
You still got your plus 10 points.
Yeah. You're still passing the trace.
Behind Barra is changing the color of his
30.
symbol, so it's now a strobe.
Thank you.
30.
13.
Ravy.
30.
30.
Yeah.
You are an invisible shadow sort of flitting its way up the side of this wall. And as you come to the top of the wall, you sort of like put your head up. And you see, sort of as you peer over the lip of it, that there is a not very far drop down, maybe like 8 feet or so, not that far. So that obviously the wall has gone above the line of where the new ground is. And then there is a relatively flat, what appears to be a training ground of some sort. There's some sand that's down. There's a few sort of training dummies and various other things. And then on the far side of that is a very squat and not very nice looking brick building, which is in front of or attached to a much larger, more grand looking sort of stone building.
And the lights are coming from the front stone.
Make a perception roll for me.
13.
13. Okay. Make a perception roll for me as well, thank you. You need to beat 30, mind you.
Ah,
Same for you.
how?
30?
How
Yeah.
would they do it?
Because you rolled the
I know,
stealth
but how
roll.
would they do it
No, no.
without the
Natural
spell?
20s.
Yeah,
anyway.
there's.
Oh, a natural 20? Well,
right.
sure, I could roll one.
Yeah, I'll roll one. That's alright, bro.
17.
I got you.
17 is close.
It's okay. No.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
So you are incredibly stealthy, and you do notice that there. What's your full perception?
what's my what?
Perception,
What
what
was
did you roll?
13.
13. Yeah, you do notice it's sort of like it takes a minute or so, but then you just see this sort of like flashing, multicolored disco light
Aura.
on the far right hand side of this block, and there are 3 very large doors. And as you sort of like sneak around a little bit, and on the third of them, the door appears to have slightly come loose, but it's now sitting almost like it's stuck. But you see a little light flashing on and off in the window, the little access window, which is barred. You can just see this like barred symbol. See what I did there?
Can I go to the window and look in just to check that that's their cell?
Are you you're going to leave the pass without trace area and move across? Because it's
okay.
a good 30 or 40 feet.
Yeah,
even
okay,
now. It's like a large training
I
area.
guess not. I'm looking for somewhere to attach the rope, right?
Yes.
Do I see anything that's sturdy enough that I can attach the rope to?
I mean,
There's a grappling hook that comes with the kit.
you can certainly try. I mean, there's a wall here.
Okay, I try to kind of jam it in the corner of the stone pieces.
Sure. I mean,
And
you're an elite military operator. What could possibly go wrong?
No.
Famous last words. Very
And then
famous.
I head back down and I report to my friends.
I'm still singing.
Definitely saw Barra's cell.
Okay, excellent.
Colourful lights, bit annoying.
Okay, can.
While she's flown up and done all that, right, I fashion a sort of harness for Marshall with the ropes that I have. Like a little bit, Japanese porn style, but
Oh,
What is episode? What?
Not within our field of
Our
knowledge.
repertoire.
Harness. Okay, Marshall.
We're playing fetch?
Later. Almost time. Okay, goodbye. Huh? We go climb the wall.
Okay.
Hey.
Jumps in your rope bondage.
Yes. And then we climb.
Cool.
Problem.
It's not a hard wall to climb, so I'm not even going to require a check, especially because you've got a rope now. But I will require another stealth roll, please.
Okay. Huya. Walao, it's
Oh
getting worse.
no.
It's getting worse, friends. 16.
9 plus 10.
9 also plus 10, 19 plus
Oh, I got 30.
9 plus 10 plus 8 is...
27.
Right.
30, 27.
We struggled without you two last week.
16.
That natural one?
No.
Oh, okay. 16. Okay. So again, with those rolls, yeah, you sneak up and you're pretty comfortable. You haven't seen anything, and you do see there is a random little disco ball of light that you can see coming out of the right hand side.
I turn so that Marshall can have a view of the place. Do you see anyone? Or anything? Huh? Don't distract the dog.
No, I was trying to
Marshall.
do the-
Marshall says, "Yeah, there's a big wall there.
Oh, very cool.
No, that's good. If he says that, that means there's nothing else.
There's a big wall there. That's a real one. I don't think you probably can't see it. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. But it's like a big invisible wall.
Oh. Alright. How big is this wall?
Well, it covers the front of those 3 big doors. Do you think there's people within the doors who want to play fetch with me?
Yes, and we need to get them out.
Oh yeah, because that's how I play fetch.
Yeah. Okay. It just covers the 3 big doors.
Well, I mean,
Okay, this is ridiculous. I put the dog down.
it might be 3 separate walls, or it might be one big wall. I can't really tell. It's not really my specialty.
That's fine. Where does it end?
What's a specialty? I don't know. I haven't played the 6. That's a very sophisticated thought. And then he starts licking your ear.
Focus.
Oh.
Where does it end?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's the one where the little biscuits thing. But where does it end? Oh, it's just over the doors.
So,
When you say where does it end, I don't understand. What does that mean?
as in, the wall got start, got finish.
Yeah.
So, where, we cannot see where the walls are.
I can show you.
Okay, good.
We're gonna go.
Yeah. Do we see anyone in the courtyard?
Yeah, there are definitely people on. There's so in this courtyard there's training dummies, but towards the far edges of it, as the sides of this building kind of head off, which you can't really see around too clearly, you can see there's a large tent, and that large tent has got a small fire in front of it, and you hear noises of people of some sort chatting and various other noises. You can't hear clearly what they're saying, but there's definitely some. Kind of like random hullabaloo that is happening.
No, the problem is that we can't get through the wall of force anyway. So right now on top of the wall, is it like a parapet style thing that you can walk around comfortably, or is it, just a...
No, it's huge. I mean, there's a very large. So you get to there is a parapet, but it's not a massive parapet. Maybe 3 or 4, maybe 3 meters. No, not even. Maybe slightly less than that. Maybe 6 feet. That's about it, right? But then a drop down of about 8 feet, so it's not nowhere near the drop that you came up, and then a very wide training area that currently seems to be unused, right? Which is covered in sand, and then there's a small kind of more graveled area just before these 3 big doors, which are on this sort of large building that's attached to this very much larger stone building.
Okay. So I think what we'll do is... Okay. Since there's an invisible wall we cannot get through, we need to find another way in. Yeah? Okay. So, I'm thinking we use this wall, we walk around, and then we see if we can find another entrance. Okay? Okay, cool. Let's try and keep out of line of sight of people, keep hidden, stay quiet, and see what we can do.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're going
Left
around
or
the
right?
side?
Yeah.
Which side, left or right?
Yeah, left or right?
Towards the Barra party.
Okay. So, what were your rolls of stealth again?
30.
30, 27, and
16.
Still okay.
That was climbing a wall, though. You know, I had martial honor thing.
sure, roll again.
Excuses.
Go ahead, roll again.
Mother de Dios. Wait, change that.
All of you, roll.
In the meantime, I'm like,
I got
hey, you know,
36.
Oh, yeah, can I get perception rolls from you guys?
Oh,
You just said 36.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
I got 27 and I rolled like,
12.
high.
6 plus 10. 16
21.
plus 8.
You see Yrsa.
Oh my fucking shit.
24.
Oh no.
24.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Oh shit,
Well,
it's Yrsa.
I got
It's
50
Yrsa.
plus.
Where's Sia?
Oh.
6 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then she kind of disappears out of sight.
Fucking shit. Oh, that was Yrsa. Oh no. Oh no, fuck. Oh no, I gotta do something.
Or maybe we could just
yell.
we could let them rescue
I
us.
could yell really
We
loud.
could let them rescue us without drawing attention to the fact that they're trying to rescue
I'm gonna
us.
yell.
No, Barra,
Hey!
Oh no.
Barra! Why are you yelling?
So two things happen. Firstly, you hear, "Hey!" you then also hear, "Oh yes, you want to talk some more? I'm right here, though. You don't need
Alright,
to
no,
yell."
you need to help me yell. Alright?
Hey! Hey!
Help
Hey! Hey!
Why not?
Why are you yelling? Hey!
I can
Definitely
trust
our
me.
friends.
Alright, don't doubt me. Remember, I'm really the handsome
Maybe
boy.
we go home.
Go loud or go home.
Right. Yeah, it's just yelling randomly. So with yelling with you in a kind of random way. Who am I yelling for? What am I yelling to?
Just say, we're over here.
We're over here.
Yeah.
You hear this? This is a very loud voice as well. This is not like sort of quiet. This is a booming.
By the way.
We're over here. Oh yes, absolutely. If anybody's looking for us, we're over on this side.
Let us out!
Yeah, okay, alright, yeah, okay.
Chadelier just goes, I think. Friends.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I whispered, did we just give ourselves... Let's just...
No, like, everybody knows.
So we pause just to see whether there's any changes, like, do any guards come? Does anybody come?
Oh, absolutely. Coming around the corner, and where are you guys exactly at this point?
We're still on the wall that we climbed up on,
Mhm.
and then we're going to, like, maybe, I don't know, find cover by going prone or something, or squatting. Squatting is good. Squatting is very, very Yrsa.
So coming around the corner
It is lying
are two large, heavily muscled,
Ooh.
blue-ish,
Oh,
blue-grey skinned, somewhere between 9 and 10 feet tall.
I'm just gonna whisper. Thanks for watching last night.
And they're sort of coming around the corner, and they're like,
invisible.
one of them says, "Keep it down, Manikandan. We've got no time for you right now today. We've got new guests and visitors.
What did you call us?
Wasn't speaking to you."
Alright, money.
Money counter? You
I
called him
wasn't speaking to you.
Yeah.
No, but we're just clarifying. You called him a money counter? Isn't that kind of racist?
And he casts silence, which just blops over the two of you.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And it's so you're, and it says, and steps a little further away, and it says, kind of walks past you. And you see this creature just walks past the cell, and looks across and just says, the red eyes, very unpleasant red eyes, and then carries on and past and moves on. And you don't hear anything. You guys hear do any of you speak Giantish?
Okay.
Then you just hear a very guttural.
Wait.
Pero in
Oh.
Tarabawa.
Understands all languages.
Wow.
Does he?
No, your languages.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Do you think they want to play fetch?
Can we instruct him to understand the language?
These guys don't want to play fetch. They're bad people.
Do you want me to go get him? I'll go get him.
No, stop.
I'll bite him on the ankles.
Stop.
I have no combat stats.
What?
So
We watch. Do they? I don't know.
They appear to be having a very vibrant and angry conversation with whoever the occupant of cell 2 is, right? At which point there is a moment where you then just hear and then one of them just like waves their hand, and the wall over cell 2 comes down.
Yes.
But you don't see this because you can't see it.
Yes, Marshall can.
But you fair. But, like we're doing this in subsequence, right? And then the other one, as this thing happens, right? The other one sort of like puts his hand out, and you see a blast of like freezing cold energy come out of his hand and slam its way through the door as he put it up to the wall, and you hear just this curse, like "Gata Baya!" And you hear a scream of pain, and then if you want to do anything, now is the time.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
How far away are we from the door?
So you are 30 to 40 feet from the door, right, straight across the parade ground.
Right.
And we're going to take a quick break.
No!
And when we come back, we're rolling for initiative, and we're going to have the map up and everything else. So come back in, I want to say 10 minutes.
I didn't know. I was trying to grow. 10 minutes.
Come back in 10 minutes, and we're going to roll for initiative, and we're going to go. So that's exactly where we are, okay? Hello, and welcome back. We were just about to roll some initiative, so before the break. So if I can get initiative from everybody, please. Cheryl, oh, amazing! We have a map. Everything is ready to go and kick off.
Freaking. Come on, everybody.
Ah! What is happening?
I got 10.
Screams of sadness.
I got 8.
Screams of sad. What is sad screams?
Oh, so it's easy. So I'm 9.
Plus some more.
I'm at 11, so.
I got 15.
Oh.
15.
Yes.
Sheena's collating.
Yep, I am trying.
Wait, thank you, Sheena.
Oh, this is sad.
Vivien, what you at?
By the way, do you know that Vivien is a singer-songwriter? So if at some point we're going to coerce her into singing something.
A song
9
of our
plus
childhood.
3 is...
Sing me a song of youth. Marikita.
What on that side?
What's yours?
11 for mine.
And mine's 9.
Mine's the Kaman Kaman song. The
Oh, yeah.
Harapan,
Oh,
Namandan
Sorry,
Union.
there we go.
Casey's asking if he can turn Yrsa into a nuke. Is this
Yes.
a call to action, like Reddit style?
If somebody wants to help me, I've spent my 3rd level spell trying to open the freaking undispellable magic wall.
You have, and I'm afraid that some of the bonuses things have now changed a little bit. So that doesn't even work, I'm afraid. So the new bonuses ones are for 100 points. You can do a thing called Words of Ancient Might. So any conscious PC regains 5 hit points, and if you're full up, you get 5 that goes on top. So 5 temporary hit points, right? Another one called Gaze of the Ancestors, which is a random player gets advantage on the next roll for a round. Not next roll, so it gets advantage for a round, right? And if it gets bored again, then another player gets it, and then again and again and again. The third one's one called Attention of the Spirits, which is where if we get 50 followers, then you're all going to get the effect of a long rest immediately. So that's pretty cool. So get your friends on board, folks. If you want to come and join, do some follow stuff, then everybody will get that long rest they
We've got
deserve.
50 friends between us, right? We don't know.
The next one is subscription oriented. It's called Redbird's Blessing, which is basically where you'll return half of the damage you take in melee as fire damage. You get a fire shield basically for one whole session. So those are the new benefits and bonuses there. That being said, what are the initiative orders, please?
Okay, we have Chadelier at 15.
Okay.
Yrsa at 12.
Yay!
Barra at 11. Kaman at 9. And Kie at 8.
It's not very impressive, but we're all acting together.
We have a lot of
Nice little cluster there.
Yeah,
So,
that's very
Strategically placed. Strategy.
Combat music is exciting.
Then we've got
Beatboxing, the combat music.
Beatboxing.
Battle biscuits. Gotta get your battle biscuits, guys.
Better biscuits.
So, where we were was that the wall, the invisible wall, whatever it was, had been taken down. At least one of them had, one in the middle cell.
Yep.
And there was a moment where the one that identified himself as Sagata Tsu had held his hand up and blocked the wall, and the other sort of like a blue, sort of dark-skinned demon creature held his hand up, and the sort of cone of frosty cold just blasted in through, literally held his hand right up to the gap in the bars, right? And you heard a scream of frustration from the person that had been referred to as Manikandan or whatever that word was, right? And so after, on the back of that scream, you then hear the voice that you'd heard previously a couple of times inside sort of go, "I'm going to make you regret that, you little bastard." And there's a momentary interchange of insults as a very large, and you guys see this from outside, it's a very large hand tries to reach to the door and kind of yank it back. Oh yeah, giant snake.
So pleased with this.
As you see, the middle door is ripped from its hinges. And the door is large, right? It is probably a 14, 15 foot tall, and you see a creature have to stoop to get its head and shoulders through this door, right? As it kind of, you hear a roar of anger from a very large, humanoid creature with slightly mottled purple type of skin. You can't really see too clearly, like a light purple. Yeah, maybe, you never know. It does have a little set of horns.
My dad.
As it pushes its way through, and at the end of its turn, one of the creatures then sort of hisses, like one of the two that are there, right? And casts yeah, again holds its hand out, and you see another blast. This is the other creature holding. You see another blast of like cold air just form into a small globule in the center of its hand, and from that small globule, this cold, wintry cone of cold comes out and slams into the trunk of this sort of huge purple giant that's kind of pushing its way out of the cell, doing fuckload damage.
Oh no!
Next up on deck, though, is going to be Chadelier, followed by Yrsa, then Barra, then Kaman, then Kie. You're in a...
The silence, does it drop on us? Is it still there? Have they used up their concentration?
Currently, it's still there, because the one that cast the silence on you is not the...
Right, got it.
Yep.
But any interruption, and they're in the mix of it is the point, right?
Okay.
Go.
Because one of them is responsible for keeping the full zone. So, while I'm rolling damage for that, Yrsa, what are you doing?
Oh, Chadelier first.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
Chadelier.
Chadelier immediately feels some kind of paternal connection with the giant humanoid. Yeah, he goes, Daddy? And then he will try to to distract the bad guy with the frost hand. With a
Okay.
bow. No, with an arrow. So he pulls out from his quiver an arrow, and he aims to fire it at
One of
the
your
back.
special arrows? Because you have a couple of special arrows in there.
Yeah, you have like all the special arrows that we have not used yet.
You have an acid arrow. You have some pretty powerful arrows that have been blessed to you by your mentor.
I have a mentor.
It's not you.
I only have the chief. Tarugonion Dust.
Correct. And so it allows you to cast acid arrow.
Oh.
Yes. Does it come out of your ass?
And it allows you to cast acid arrow at 9th level.
Hold on, I will find this for you.
It's pretty high.
Should I roll first?
Yes, just roll.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll.
Why do you shoot at a guy that's maintaining our wall?
But you don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't care about your friend.
It's a father.
You guys are currently doing the full mime effect.
It's silent
I really
and
don't
we are
know this
able to
What are they saying? What are they saying?
No, oh, I rolled this, yeah. I rolled a 16 plus 10. I got a 26.
26. That's to hit with the acid arrow?
Yeah, sure.
So here's the problem, right?
Yes.
None of these papers have.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on. It's here, it's here. So you can cast acid flame on dragon's breath.
Wow, dragon's breath some more.
This is a 15-foot cone though, so you probably don't want this. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
adjust.
you hit though, right?
Yeah, we got 26.
So it's 26, that's definitely a hit. So you're going to roll, I believe,
A lot of dice. A lot of dice.
7,
Shit, loads of dice.
11d4 acid damage.
Mother of D4s.
Yeah,
Borrow
not enough.
11.
I've got 4 here.
Yeah, I got.
This is
I got 2
5.
here.
I got 4.
There's 3 here.
2,
Got some more?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Good enough? Okay.
Yep, I got.
Woo!
Gassed, kill it.
It's fun to roll.
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
drops.
Ah, wait. Ah, go everywhere.
Eh? Oh, no, it's here. Okay.
Math.
This is a 2
Plus.
plus
Say it
2,
up, say it up, say it
4,
up.
Wait,
7 plus 1,
8,
8 plus 1,
9,
9 plus 2
11,
plus 4.
15,
No, sorry,
Two,
minus 2.
13,
13,
Plus 1,
14,
Plus 1,
15,
plus 3, plus 2.
18, 20.
20.
20,
Alright.
20, wait, 20 and then plus
12 piercing.
So 32.
32.
Okay, whose dice?
Damage?
That's good damage, right?
Yeah.
Holy mother.
So this, you see, you pull your bow back and you sort of will this effect, and you again see, rather like we did earlier, when you were doing the fight inside the Red Bird, the table that got filled in with acid. Similarly, you see this sort of like image of an arrow appear in this sort of green bubbling acid in the middle of the bow. The Chadelier pulls it back, lets go, and it flies and streaks across, leaving little trails in its wake. And it slams into the side of this creature that's completely not expecting it. And you literally see this sort of the acid kind of burn its way straight through it and straight through its body. And it's like as it kind of like rears and screams out in pain, thoroughly failing its concentration save.
Oh.
Silence spell is now down.
Oh, yeah.
Bam.
So
Oh, I still have some more.
it looks hurt. That's your action. You have a bonus action now, so
No,
you can.
the action allows her to shoot twice.
No, it allows her to shoot 2 arrows or the acid arrow. That's a spell.
Special arrow.
Now,
Not bad, not bad.
so yeah, I'm afraid it's only
So I
one
have a
shot.
bonus
Really good.
action,
You have a bonus action, yeah.
and I'm going to use. Yeah, I'm gonna call down Anne. Who's still flying around, I assume.
But which one? Which am I going for? Where am I going? What am I doing? What
You
am I
are
doing?
going to. Whoa. You're gonna strike the other.
The one without the giant hole in its chest?
Concentrate firepower. Bring one down.
Yeah. No, actually, no. I'm gonna strike the one with shingles.
Strike shingles.
Yeah, I'm gonna strike.
I'm down as you see this drake swoops down from the sky, claws out, wings flapping. Come here. And
Roll the 11 plus 6.
17.
that's a hit.
That's a hit. So we get 2d6 plus 3.
Oh my god, I'm very confused.
Okay, the square one.
Square one.
I give you another square.
Oh, so 3 squares ah?
No, only 2. Sorry. 4 plus
3. 7 damage.
Alright.
But it's okay.
Thank you.
Now,
Where had the monsters? Don't see it.
oh yeah.
They're not there, right? The monsters are not on the map.
One second.
Ah, okay.
Small technical difficulty.
Can't see? Okay, fog of war thing, 1 second.
Fuck of war.
Momento, por favor.
But the important thing is that now Anne is in position to give her their infused strength. It's very important not to misgender people.
Alright.
Before you kill
He
them.
doesn't care.
Yeah? Cool. Awesome. Cool. There we go. So,
Oh, what is that
wow.
big thing?
definitely hit. How much damage did you do?
7.
7.
7. Okay.
That's our friend.
No, you see the claws from Anne kind of reach down, like it slashes across this creature as it puts a hand up and curses. It is now going to be Yrsa. It's your turn.
Okay. How high is the wall that we're on? Can I safely jump, or can I?
Yeah,
not?
it's about sort of 6 to 8 feet at its highest, so you can sort of safely.
So of course.
You're a member of an elite special operations team.
That's right.
What could possibly go wrong?
Steal our friends. You steal our friends, you dare! I get angry. I pull out my shield and my axe and I jump off the wall, running straight at the one that has a big hole inside.
Yeah, you can make it all the way up to about here. I think that's
nice.
So now.
I move some nonsense. I move 40 feet.
Yes, so it literally just gets you right there.
Cool.
So, but you sort of tucks you right up next to that one. Now, question for you, because I've got to put Drake up there. Sorry. So, now, what are you raging?
I am ready.
Cool, so you're raging, that's great. So now you're in hand-to-hand combat with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm doing my thing. I recklessly attack it.
Reckless, okay.
No Rex.
Wreck! I've got a 15 plus 7.
Hits.
Alrighty, so we do a 1d8 plus 6. So that's 9 damage.
9 damage, okay, great.
Yep. Second attack,
No Rex.
18 plus 7. We hit,
That's a hit.
and it's 12 damage.
12
Wow.
damage, so 9, 12, 21 plus the... How much did... 7? So, 8, so, okay, alright,
Wait,
cool.
because it's larger than me,
Yes.
I'm going to do it. Fury of the small! Yeah.
It could well be it, go on.
No need to roll, just do an additional 6 points.
In which case, it goes down. How do you kill it? How does your Fury of the Small manifest
wow.
itself?
So I chop downwards initially,
Yeah.
I twist, and I chop upwards.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
You fillet
I feel it is now half a person.
I feel like it's dead.
with a very
Actually,
clean
no,
slab of meat in the middle.
That's right, goodbye balls.
Ooh.
I deball him.
It is the dead.
Yes! Deballed and dead.
I can't see.
And Chadelier goes,
Wow!
like we use basketball.
So you then end up with this thing at your feet. You get another attack, I believe.
I do?
Oh no, or was that your 2 hits?
That was my 2 hits.
Okay, fine. Sorry, my bad.
I'm only so funky. But
You bonus action raged. You moved.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
hit. Yeah. So now we go to Barra.
Bara.
I'm
Kaman
gonna go. I'm presuming that we're already at the edge of the door. Yeah.
You're right at the edge of the door.
Can
yeah.
we see them?
You can, yeah, just like you, because there's a very small gap.
Okay.
And
Okay.
between that and the wall of force, so you can see them. You can see that actually so basically, here's the door jamb, right? And so this is wall, this is the opening, right? The wall of force sticks right in front of it. Not much difference between that, right?
Right.
So you can kind of see out, and about a foot to 2 foot past the edge of the wall, you can actually see it's air now, whereas previously it was the wall of force from the one in the middle.
Right.
So you know,
Gives you
Okay.
you got a
line
tiny bit of room.
effect.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I
Oh, okay.
am. This one is totally healthy. Yeah. Okay.
This one's fresh, yeah.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, bro. Hi, remember me? Is this Sugata?
It is got the
Hi, Sugata. Hey, Sugata, remember me? Hey, you're my pal. Hey, Sugata. Hi, what do you say? You open this wall of force in front of our door, huh? Suggestion.
sure.
DC 16.
16 wisdom.
Passes.
Oh, fuck! Oh, come on!
Dice curses.
Okay, I'm gonna for my free action, I'm just gonna shout. I'm gonna shout. Guys, make him. Manikanda.
Boy.
This wall's keeping us in. Get him to open the wall.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm gonna fucking paste them all over the bloody wall.
Best team.
Okay. Cool. I mean that's me done.
Rat
I'm like,
bastards.
Paste him, he says.
Best team.
It's now a verb.
Um,
Pasting.
no,
I
you know
like how
what?
good pasting.
You know what? For my bonus,
What do you think?
Jason Momoa.
Are you just cause?
Jason Momoa. Long rest, we long rested.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna put my hand on as far as I stick my Jason Momoan hand outside the chink, put it on the invisible wall, and I'm going to attempt to command.
Okay.
Once DC 16, and I'm going to say, open, Sugata.
Go ahead. DC16?
Yeah.
Sorry, 19 on the dice.
Oh.
Sugata's just like, I'm too busy for your shit. And carries on, I'm afraid.
Okay.
So it's your turn, I'm afraid.
I'm backing away from the chink for my movement so that he's got line of sight.
Got it. So you've got a little bit of space there to move into
Can we choose a different word?
Gap. With the gap.
Dear me.
The gap. And
So,
gapo.
Kaman, it's you, and then it's Kie, you're next.
Oh, how nice. That. Look at him. Oh. Huh. Then I point at it. I commanded it. Unwall.
Unwall. Okay.
15.
17 on the dice.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry, I'm rolling really well.
Wow.
Well, bonus action, I will cast Hex on him.
Yep. Okay, Hex on Sugata.
On
Yeah.
Sugata.
No,
Yeah,
no
that's it. And the ability check that he's gonna suck at is Dex, I guess.
Because remember, it's not saves, it's ability check.
It's ability check. It's gonna suck on Dex.
No worries.
I'm done. And then I back away for Barra.
So it is now Sugata's turn.
Yeah.
Right? And Sugata will look around, look to see what the situation is, and
He's so dumb. Dumb. Think he's dumb. Dumb. We're so dumb.
tricky thing about this is that it's safe on them. So if you feel like their wisdom must be high, don't go that way. Please?
okay. Sugata disappears.
Oh no.
Doggy!
Can Doggy see the disappeared Sugata?
What's the dog?
Maybe.
I mean, what's his name?
Oh, what is this? Yeah, what's his initiative? What's
So the dog doesn't get to be an initiative. So we're going to say it's going to go on the same initiative as Yrsa, who it's currently bondage strapped to.
Yeah.
So,
I thought you put it down. I did.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just like wandering around.
Just
again.
wearing this.
Will you play with me? Will you play with me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Well, in which case,
Oh
goes.
no!
It's turned invisible. It's right there, though. I can see it. Right there. It's right there. It's right there.
Oh, yeah, it's real. No.
Can I have any of the berries? Can I have a berry? Can I have a berry?
Actually, no, I won't.
I'm really hungry.
No.
I haven't eaten forever.
Just Shadow just goes.
me and Kaman are like,
Sits away.
But yeah, basically, it's doing a dog point. So,
I have concerns.
okay.
Stay away!
Is it Kiyu's turn?
it is. I'm sorry, I skipped you. I apologize. It's your turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, okay.
Knowing Kia, she's just gonna decapitate it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not currently invisible. In fairness, it's not currently invisible, and you can make it there if you need to.
Yeah, okay, so I decide to go to it and use my cursed damn sword.
Adding to
And I try to be cool like Yrsa and do
Just
the
roll a
whole-
d100 for me.
What?
Yeah, there's this chance like things happen.
Why?
Wait.
It's because I need to know whether or not this creature is one of the ones that's affected by the sword.
52?
Okay, carry on.
Okay. Okay. So I try to like I thought what Yrsa did was really cool, so I try to do it too, from the bottom up, and then straight down again.
Cool. Make your attack roll.
Choppity chop.
You have to go to your sheet.
Huh.
See sheet.
It is shit.
It's not that
9 plus 8, 17.
17's a hit.
Yay!
Yay, roll your damage. Yes.
7. What's this?
20
Oh,
on
no,
that.
no, no, no. Okay, no. 7.
7 damage?
Yeah.
Okay,
That
cool.
was attack the fun.
And then
Attack the 2.
there's my bonus action.
No, wait.
Oh.
You attack twice using a
Oh,
attack
right,
action.
okay.
Yes, now it's for your downward stroke.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
So roll again.
Roll again.
Oh, nice.
So, plus
8, 20.
Yeah, you hit.
So
You hit.
20.
Roll your
20 to hit.
And
8.
8 damage.
Okay, so 15 damage total.
Yes, and now you have your bonus action.
Yes, and I decide to use Flurry of Blows, of course. And
Flurry.
I use my 1 key point.
Go ahead.
I keep my cursed sword and I use my foot and knock him in the throat.
So this thing is 9 to 10 feet tall.
I can jump.
Totally can.
Also,
Yeah.
your
But if you're going to do some crazy monk shit, I'd like an acrobatics check, please.
Ooh.
Flying monk nutcracker.
I do it fine. Okay, wait, there's not one.
Oh. Wow.
19 plus 8 is
27.
You get advantage on your roll.
Yes! Okay.
Ooh.
Roll 2.
The spirits of your ancestors.
Oh, thank God. 15 plus.
Spectral feet
It's a
appear as you kick
Plus-
it.
Yes!
Roll your D6. Yes.
Damage.
8.
And then the second hit.
So,
Six.
so little.
Roll your D.
Does he
Do I
get
get advantage
as well?
again?
For a second.
No, only on the first. Oh, good heavens.
Fine.
Flurry your blows. Ayo.
Halfling luck.
I have to say, her choice of being a
Okay.
halfling was.
She gets it like twice a week.
Right, that's-
Yeah, it's terrible. 15 plus 8 is
23, yeah.
Yeah, you hit.
Yep, go for it.
Go, go, go.
Yes.
Woo!
6 plus 5, 11.
So total damage you've now done is
Oh no.
ignore the 7 and the 8.
I think it's an 8 again, right? Was it?
Sorry, I
Previous
don't
one?
know.
I don't know, I wasn't really.
Oh
Keeping
shit.
So previously it was 15, right?
Yeah, so there's 15, which is
Yeah.
the sword.
Yeah.
And then you
now
like
it's
11.
11.
Then
11?
before
This
this
is
was
11.
an 8, right?
8, I think.
Okay, so 19 plus 15.
So 19 plus 15, so that's
34.
Yes!
Nice. Nice. And not a stunning strike inside. Fantastic.
Damn it, I forgot.
Okay, so
And so it goes invisible.
and so it goes invisible. But
Bat. The dog is pointing.
badly wounded, and the dog is pointing like it's a setted thing. It is going to attempt to move out of your engagement range, though, right? It's invisible, so you will get to attack it with disadvantage if you want to make a reaction to attack it.
Yeah, so
Do you have Sentinel? I can't remember.
I do,
It's
but
out
it's
of your
not
range for you.
based
Yeah.
with me.
just roll 2d20.
1d20.
Me?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, thank
yeah.
you. Sure.
What, me?
Yes. Roll.
You probably roll 220s.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 plus whatever her attack plus is.
7 is it?
Scroll up.
Or is it plus 8?
Plus 8.
14.
Yeah. Do we hit on a 14?
No, you just missed.
Oh.
You get very, very close. You have this feeling of you literally feel your blade kind of skitter across the chest of something, but it just doesn't impact. And it now invisibly moves away.
Sorry, okay, when can I take reactions?
You can take reactions anytime you like. So
No! I use reaction and the bardic inspiration
okay,
to you give an allied player an immediate action at the same time as your reaction once per day.
yeah.
I give it to the only thing who can see the thing, which is Marshall. Who I'm like, oh, cute dog looks kind of like that lion statue that you have.
Marsha has no combat stats.
Yeah, he's got no combat stats.
But okay, but I want him to bite. Oh,
Yeah,
cannot
he
bite. He
can't.
can't bite.
Marsha has
Okay.
no
He-
combat
he-
stats.
He's basically a cute statue. Like you imagine one of those like Sony Ibo type dog.
Right.
It's like,
Oh no.
yeah, he doesn't know how to.
Okay, I'm going to.
Could use that ability. It's a great ability, but
Okay, I'll give it to. Shit. Who is Marshall still pointing?
Marshall's still pointing.
So if you give it to Yrsa, she's raging, so she has no rex, and she'll be able to hit it with normally. Because it's invisible, but she's got advantage, so it cancels out.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the DM.
Well, she used reckless, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yes, great. Wait up! No!
And also she has Sentinel.
No!
Did he pass near me though?
Does it allow him to move?
No.
Does it allow
Immediate action. No.
immediate action? Oh, okay. So
It's an action.
okay, who's got range?
She's basing.
Okay.
But if you take the action,
Mm.
you can base. And then as he moves, you AO of your reaction.
Action to move lah.
Then you sentinel him. And
Right.
you'll be hitting at normal because Rex.
Valid.
Rex.
Right.
Yeah.
No! Hiya! I rush up to where Marshall is roughly pointing.
You got it. So basically, you get into
Touchy
right by
range.
Kie, basically, right? And
Ding, ding, ding.
they are you sort of get the impression as you basically see this creature disappear. You get the feeling of air moving past you. So using a sentinel. make
I
it
am going to, yes. So, Nenet one die because of.
Nah.
No, that
It touched the
Sorry,
keyboard.
14.
14 is just a miss. Just a miss. Ever so close.
Alamak.
Alamak.
Okay, so it will then.
Small cry.
Such crying. Much
I
crying.
can't see anything. I'm like, did you get him? Did you get him?
No.
Great leader.
Nice
Sorry.
move, though, Barra.
However, let's make a single, right?
I can't
The wall of force is down.
Yes.
Oh, my one falls down. But it's because I was like touching the wall.
Kaman's on the floor. Yes, I know it's down. I was leaning against it.
Yeah, indeed. So it's
Ouch.
as you step through it.
Stay there, keep it down. Right. Kick down, just keep one down.
It's a very comfortable looking cell.
So there's a moment of silence as you then see like there's no sound around. Apart from you can see this very large, sort of 15, 16 foot tall, kind of like slightly sort of violent skinned giant that's looking around and kind of going, huh, where the fuck's that little bastard gone, right?
Marshall, where?
As we go to, actually it's that creature's turn, who turns around and goes, right. And it basically, it will walk up to the next door, it's up here, and it pushes its hand against what it thinks the wall of force will be.
Yeah.
And there isn't one, and so it rips the door off its hinges and throws it out.
How strong is this dude?
Pretty fucking strong.
Okay.
As you see another large creature step out of this area.
My mom.
Wow. What is this? Rampage?
I'm sorry.
You just noticed something on your back.
Because we are looking at the screen on this very small screen. And then after that, Lisa just pointed out that, is that Drake?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see now.
Oh my goodness. It's Drake.
As in,
Hotline Bling. Yes. It's like, am I seeing this right?
amazing the ant.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the best guest we have. Vivien Yap and Drake. Featuring Drake.
Okay, focus.
So,
Professionals.
that being done, and Riyaka's dead,
Dun dun dun.
Chadelier, it's you.
What does the second creature come out?
The second creature has come out as well. It's very similarly large, slightly smaller, but like of the order of still has the spook to come through the door. The skin is slightly lighter blue. This is bald-headed, carrying a stick, but not like an offensive weapon, more leaning on a stick. That's quite heavy. A little bit older, perhaps, hard to tell really quickly, but just seems to be like carrying.
Question.
Yeah, go
Could
ahead.
have heard me singing when I sang less than an hour ago.
No,
Oh, you didn't? Oh,
no. This is
okay.
it's probably 60 feet away. No, it's just
Okay.
large, giant size. So yeah,
Okay.
further away.
All
Also,
right.
yeah, nice try though. So
Does Chadelier recognize the two prisoners?
make
Should we all make a check?
a survival roll. It's
Chadelier
because
is
she's
a
the
local.
local ranger.
Ah,
so-
right.
Yeah. So she knows the
10
celebrities.
plus
Big
15.
wings.
15.
15.
Plus
15 is great.
Wow.
So you know Manikandan because Manikandan is one of the
The purple one, right?
the purple one,
okay.
right? Sort of his, like the sort of grove that he's responsible for or takes care of is the far side of Aung San. Though it's a good distance away,
Okay.
so it's kind of strange that he's here.
Okay. But I don't recognize.
You don't recognize the other one,
Okay, so we have one left,
which I finished.
non-shingles left, right?
Also, to be fair, the dog is now looking over to the right hand side, kind of towards where Barra and Kaman are.
You saying anything?
Yeah. What?
Like the dog is pointing
Ah, okay.
sort of that way.
Okay,
Southwards, is it?
so I'm gonna try to take down the last guy with my spear of warning.
So this is going to be at disadvantage, and it's also going to be with a little difficulty. So you're gonna have to roll high. They get a lot of AC for this.
I want to keep my distance.
Your bow can actually go this.
Actually, no. In fairness, I'm gonna say it's just with disadvantage because because you're getting a rough bearing on direction, and it's a reasonably large creature. So.
I'm going to do the spear thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw my spear of warning
Okay.
in the direction at which Marshall is pointing at.
Sure.
Both of us die.
So it's at
This
disadvantage.
is 11. Okay.
Okay.
So how does the spear
Six.
warning work?
So the spirit warning goes, "Look out! Coming through! Coming through! Look out! Look out! Everybody out the way! Out of the way! Out the way!" And slams itself not too far away from Barra's head, kind of into the door. You rolled an 11, right?
6 actually.
So yeah, total of 11. Or
Yeah.
oh yeah, so yeah, it misses. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, what's my
Okay.
Wow, that's a really noisy
I
spear.
have another bonus.
Oh, I'm glad no one was hurt there.
If it was
Quite sharp, you know.
Okay, spear of warning. Siwa!
I'm gonna try again with an arrow.
Yes.
For my bonus action.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, no, so your
Just the-
basic attack is always 2 attacks.
Hmm.
Because you're level 7.
Oh, so it's still under my attack.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna shoot an arrow. Fuck. 5. Yeah, 5 plus
10.
15.
50?
That's with disadvantage.
Nope.
Nope.
That is
Roll
One
another
roll.
dice.
another roll.
Is it pantang?
Just roll it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm
it's
not
not 15.
Cool. You and you can let free an arrow in the rough direction, and you see that arrow kind of stops in midair and disappears as something takes damage from it. Roll damage.
Roll
your
damage.
As you hit an invisible creature.
Ooh,
Plus 12.
that's for 14.
Oh, 14 points of damage. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I might be dead.
Natural 20 on the save. So manages to keep its invisibility, but you see some blood splatter to the ground.
Ah,
I have
aha, blood splatter.
one more bonus action. I'm going to again call on Anne.
Huh? Yes.
Don't add blur.
No, I just.
Call
Look,
on Anne to.
I was gonna have a snack.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Please bite.
Okay. The one that's here.
The one that's bleeding.
The one that's right in front of me, dead.
No. Anne! The one that you follow Marshall's paw.
You asked me to leave dinner to go get dinner.
Yes. You need that.
Fine. Fine. So flies, looks around for Marshall's paw, then attempts to roll damage with disadvantage.
Do I roll damage?
Roll to
Roll to
attack.
hit.
Roll the
16.
16 roll.
And
11.
11 plus.
Great. Is good. Plus 6. So
17.
17.
17. That's a hit.
Yep.
Roll damage, 2d6.
2 plus
One more. One more d6.
1.
3 plus 3. 6.
6.
6 points of damage. Okay. And let's see. Makes its concentration save. So that's still good though.
See that?
So
Uninvisible?
No,
Still
still.
invisible.
Oh.
still invisible, I'm afraid.
But now, like, Drake's sticking out a bit, right?
Like you see the Drake kind of come down and slash at it. You saw an arrow come into the rough area, so you know roughly where it is now,
Okay.
right? So you can make attacks towards it.
Is the arrow still sticking out?
No, the arrow disappeared when
No, the arrow
So
disappeared.
like it went inside him.
And it,
Went inside his
as soon as the arrow hits it, it becomes
right.
visible, right?
I
So
see.
yeah.
That's part of
So
it.
if I smear blood, his blood on me.
No, I don't think that was.
Sorry.
我来了。
You've watched too much Predator. If you don't see me.
If it is, we can kill
It's
it.
my turn. You run towards where the spot is where the arrow disappeared.
Okay.
Recklessly attack, 1 die. Okay, it's a full 21 to hit. We have a D8, friends. We have a D8.
End it.
Hey,
Halfling last.
don't have sorry.
Great weapon mastery.
7 points of damage.
7 points damage.
Second
Okay.
attack. We've got 17 to hit, and this is 10 points of damage.
Okay, so that's okay. It's so that's what was that? 17 points damage. Fails its save as it magically. You see, there's a moment where you slash into it on the one hand, and then slash again back with your longsword or battle axe.
Oh, why? Wait, I'm an idiot.
You haven't turned it on.
I haven't turned it up. No, I don't need to turn it up because Frostbrand is just additional d6 regardless.
Oh,
First d6 was a 1, terrible. Second d6 is a 3.
okay, it's an additional 4 damage. But nevertheless, as you slash across with your longsword a couple of times, bam, bam, it's again, as these two cuts just open up, and there's a moment where you're like, huh, as you see the edge of the blade kind of open up the skin of this creature that then just appears in front of you and looms, like, in your case, really fucking looms over you, right? It's like you're kind of staring.
Right at his balls.
Yeah, kind of like, I was going lower thigh, but hey, I'm glad you went there, right? So yeah, so you're
Punch it.
Bite it. I'm very just gonna like bite it.
Ranger School of Combat.
right.
Use whatever is available to you.
It certainly puts a different tone on the greasy bumberries, doesn't it? So on that note, however, we are
wastelands
going
right now.
to your bonus action.
You don't have one.
Don't have. Okay.
Go, go, go.
So Barra, it's you. You can see that Yrsa's there. This creature has now reappeared.
Right.
Kaman, it's you after that.
Okay, Barra.
Okay. Gonna.
Just kill it.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry. There's well, I don't know why you can hear this like battle music going on, so I'm just gonna sort of like harmonize with it and just like get you in the mood, you know. This isn't my supposed.
It's a clashing chord from the other dimension.
I think the DM's just taking 9 points of psychic damage. Okay, so
Go on. 16 with some 16 says.
I rolled a 5 on this dice. So how much damage am I taking?
3d6.
Oh.
Okay, I'll borrow one of these.
Yes. Oh, 11.
11 damage.
For everybody that's watching after Adobe Audition has done its business there, yeah. 11?
11,
Okay,
yeah.
that's definitely cool.
And is he still alive?
He is alive, but there's blood that's spurting out of its ear. It's looking in pretty unfavourable shape.
With my majestic Jason Momoa presence.
Indeed.
I say
That's a command.
I say prostrate.
Ooh, good. Nice, that's a good one.
Bye.
Roll a 6 on the dice as
Finger in
well.
the chest.
So yeah, so this creature looks
So
around
Barra thinks
and
very hard about which.
looks across to Barra, and there's a moment as it's sort of like there, and then it just kind of goes, and then just slams its head on the floor into full kowtow, and then puts its hand out like in front of Barra, just like sort of like completely putting its sort of like body down on the ground,
And I'm like,
prostrating in front of Barra, who currently looks like Jason Momoa.
yeah.
Watching from afar.
That's a great use of that. Really nice. Okay, so it's slammed on the floor. It's as it does so, you see a little bit the arrow kind of digs further into his body as it does so. But anything else you'd like to do? You can move.
No.
You can do other things.
Oh
you good?
yeah, I can't get away because he's down. No, he can still take AO, yeah?
It would in theory get an attack opportunity.
Nah, then I'll...
Down, but it's not deep.
Stay where you are. You're not currently in engagement range with it, so you're just out. You're about. You're like a whole square away, right? So you're a whole square away. So you could.
Okay.
Anything you do that's moving out of the door will put you in engagement range.
Yeah, nice.
So-
I'll move a little bit. I'll move a little bit away from the door just to give Kaman line of sight or like line
You
of
got it.
travel if he wants. But I still like position myself so it looks like he's still kowtowing.
You got it?
Yeah.
Absolutely, no problem. As we then go to Kaman, it's you, and then Kia, you're next.
Kaman who looks over at Barra. So you just made it really hard for me to shoot him.
Why don't you step on him?
Because he's prone.
Like just like stab him. Like bite him.
Stab-
like that
stab
person
him with
said.
what?
It's like that person said, bite him. Just bite him with your little elf teeth.
These aren't even sharp.
Look, like I like to chat.
I'm omnivorous.
Shall I do something?
Ah, fine. Eldritch Blast with disadvantage because he's prone.
Oh, you can
absolutely
always like done like 10,000 of things. You like stat on him.
First bolt. Fuck, miss.
Well, you know, it was my
As the
fault.
first go was boom, and just digs a trench out of some of this training facility.
You roll the 2 and the 3.
And now I roll 2 and a 9.
Oof. And the second one, another
Use
line
your
there.
freaking Eldritch Blast, like.
And what else do I have?
On our first match. What a loser.
Okay.
Yeah, I give up.
So that's obviously Eldritch Blast. Is there anything you want to do as a bonus action?
No.
Okay, cool. And you're engaged with it, so if you want to move, you can, but you'll get an opportunity.
Oh, I'm engaged with it.
Because you're literally next square across, yeah.
Oh, then. Oh, but I'm still using a range attack.
Always
yeah.
range attacking.
Yeah, that. I just sighed. It's okay, I'll just stay.
Yeah, either way, you're going to suffer disadvantage on this.
I'm done.
Okay, it is now Kie, it's you, and then it's Sagatha's go.
Okay, I am close, right?
And you
Will I
are.
be able to reach him?
You move 50 feet.
Yeah, you move.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
Pretty
still
sure
on
you'll
my-
be fine.
Plus, you could fly if you wanted to.
Yeah. No need. I kind of just bound over and I use my sword again and I try to.
She gets advantage, yeah?
You will get advantage on this
Because
attack,
he's
yes,
prostate.
because
Yeah.
indeed.
It's
So
prostate.
His prostate.
Examine it.
Because of his prostate.
advantage. Okay.
Make an investigation roll. No.
No.
If it's enlarged.
Let's not
Never mind, roll
probe too
again.
hard.
It's lost.
Yeah. No, I found it.
Oh, does it count because it was a 19?
No,
If it's no.
It is on the floor, down, down.
No!
Roll on the table.
Just roll the dice tray.
There are too many dice in it. Yes!
17.
17
That's it?
plus 8. Yeah, okay. 1d6
Oh, nice.
plus 5. Okay.
Scroll up.
5, yeah. So 11.
Okay.
Second attack.
Yeah. I get 2 attacks, right?
Ooh.
6 plus 8.
14.
Even with advantage?
Yeah.
That's still a miss, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I think you can use a key point though to like add 2 to an attack or something. Isn't there some?
I mean, then I would rather use a key point for flurry of blows again. because
Okay,
then
then in which case, then so that's a miss, and then you use your bonus action to hit.
to hit another 2 times.
Okay, so hit.
Do I get advantage?
Yes.
Yes. Right.
Down. Tweet. Hitting a man when he's
It's a hit.
down. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Roll your d6.
2. So
Seven.
plus 7.
Okay.
Oh wait, but no, damn it. It's no. 16 plus 8. Hit.
Hit.
Yeah.
2.
7.
So 7, 7, 14. The first one was 6 plus 5, 11.
So 14 plus 11, that's 25.
So tell me,
Yeah.
how you kill him?
Oh, yeah!
Why am I always doing the killing?
I don't know.
So how's it going down? Tell me. Describe what happened.
Okay, so he's still in the child's pose, right?
I mean, it's a bit more extreme than that. He's almost like in your full everything down, like straight in a straight line, like Shavasana, but the other way around.
So it's like he's always.
In essence, yeah, he's in confluence. Yeah.
I make my way across from like foot to head, just like whacking him on the sides as well as I can. I somersault on his body and then push his head into the ground.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Brutal.
Probably gonna come back and haunt me in my dreams again. Right?
Brutal.
You never know. Roll a d100 for me.
No, this is it.
Yes.
43.
There is a certain ripple of energy along the sword, but that's it. Nothing else happens.
Did it feel like the time when she killed the Cyclops?
I don't know that you paid enough attention at the time you killed the Cyclops to like be able to make an insight roll on yourself.
You'll find out tomorrow night.
His
Okay.
name
I
is
was
how
gonna
it
try
is.
and like kill me, knock me out
Sugata.
again.
That's his name.
Oh god, seriously? Forget it. Don't like
Yeah. No, it's, like in the heat of the battle and the adrenaline and everything else, it's hard to know. But you certainly this time you definitely notice there is a sense of like this blade is taking something from this creature.
this huge thing just like
Yeah, and actually looking at you, actually there are small black veins along this creature.
on this way.
On the creature.
Like around the stab wound, there's like like there's sort of like little bits of just black veins that just popped out.
Why is it on this way?
Did we see that on the Cyclops?
Nope. Nope, you did not.
Why is it?
Can I roll perception to see whether I noticed this?
Sure. It's with disadvantage,
Oh, no,
I'm gonna say,
I don't
because
need to
you step back.
my room at night
And,
again.
Times.
Yes, yet just
I'm trying to save my friends. But then when I get like only one case.
Yeah, 11.
11? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Cool.
Help your virus.
Okay. So
That's
we're
horrible.
going to
Suck more. Suck.
to pause the music. So there's a momentary pause as we're still not out of initiative, we're still not in initiative, we're in that kind of small lull phase. As I'd like everybody to make a stealth roll. There's no pass without trace. Right? This is literally so that I figure out how many other people heard the fight.
Right.
Oh no!
I rolled a 1.
20.
I rolled 12.
No, but what's your total?
Oh, halfling luck! I can't believe this is happening so many times.
twice
This is
a session.
ridiculous.
Her stealth
15.
is plus
9
9.
plus 17.
17,
Mine's 14.
14,
20.
20, 12. Okay. Still surprisingly good rolls, right?
Oh, thank
Yes.
God.
It's, okay.
At this point, I'm gonna share what I know, which Sugata told me, like on the way, like when I was chatting with him, as he was
Yeah.
pushing my head in. Hey guys,
Then he kills
so I don't know whether you got nowadays already, but like, sorry, like those creatures, they've been like picking up like things in the forest, like that they call weak and obvious, and they can bring him to their leader. That's called Riyaka. Rihanna.
We heard of Riyaka.
Rikaya.
Riyaka.
Yeah, but
Oh, by the way, Charlie has lit.
like who's that, by the way?
This
Right.
is Chadelier.
And he just goes, hi.
1, 2,
Like
3.
Stitch.
Oh,
And Chadelier just goes, what the fuck?
Oh, he's so
And
cute,
storms away.
swearing. Oh, alright.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
Mr. Sizes talking.
I'm sorry.
And we saved
No,
you.
I'm sorry, great leader.
You would still be stuck inside if it wasn't for
you're,
us.
you're absolutely right. But anyway, so
Sarah put me up to it, I'm sorry.
Just
no.
because we are small.
okay. But anyway, like I think we should try and go. We should try and go and like let's ask these guys if they want to come with us as well. Like this is like
Shouldn't we deal with Riyaka if he's the real bad guy who's been kidnapping all of us?
He's very
And Chadelier
powerful.
from that distance goes, no.
alright.
But there's
very
so many of
powerful.
us.
Very powerful.
I'm small.
Actually, can you speak with your large friends over here? I assume you made
I
friends
know one of them. I know one of them.
And ask them.
Oi, Marikanda. Hi, remember me? It's me, the singer. Remember me? I was like the voice.
Someone talking to me. Oh, hi.
Hi, yeah.
Why?
Has it been an hour? Is he still like super duper charmed by me?
It's suitably positive. I wouldn't say like super duper charmed, but like
Okay.
certainly this is like you're certainly having a positive reaction.
Oh, okay. Hi, Marabanda. So so my friends came in and they broke me and my colleague out of like the cell.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Like we heard that Riyaka's like captured all of us, and did it happen to you too?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. What's the expression? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But I need to help.
That guy over there.
Well, yeah. Let's use the appropriate terms of respect. The venerated ancestor. Yeah. We need to help the venerated ancestor make it back to his mountain.
Oh yeah. This sounds like a good thing to do. What do you think?
Well, no, I let me rephrase that. I don't mean to be rude because you've been nothing but charming.
Yes.
But I will help the venerated ancestor back to his mountain. I don't think he would. He's not the most social of people.
All right. Yeah. Can we like follow? Just like to get out of this camp.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, in the most getting the fuck off this mountain. So I think we're all on board with getting the fuck off this mountain.
Excuse me. Hi, yes. So,
What's that? Where's that noise coming from?
Like even smaller than me, even smaller. Look, even lower.
Oh,
There you go.
hello.
I know.
Are we stopping for a conversation, or should we just not get the fuck out of here?
I need to ask you one more question.
Yes, Tonil.
If they
Whoa! Oh my god! Even Chadelier reacts to that.
I message Yrsa, just venerate him. Venerate him. He's gonna become the venerated ancestor one day. Just venerate him.
so, if they manage to capture you and bring you here, what's to stop them from capturing you again?
I'm going to run. And I'm going to run fast, and then I'm going to get my brothers and my sisters, and then we're going to hang out together, then we're going to come back, and we're going to beat the living shit out of this guy, and if not, then we're just going to run a bit further.
So why didn't you run the first time?
I don't... let's say I had a disagreement, and I was not 100% incorrect in my personal estimation of my correctness.
Okay. So, I guess my...
All right, I fucked up, all right? I fucked up.
Barra mentioned earlier while we were bickering that they tend to pick on those who
They
are...
said weak and obvious. Obviously, I was obvious and he was weak.
So if,
Like that.
on the other
You
hand,
have to make me choose.
divided we're weak, united, we are probably gonna have a
Obvious.
chance of beating this guy and making him stop kidnapping people in Dawn's Edge.
What do you think, Marikanda?
We can either put a stop to this now while we are here, or we can go back and then he can capture more people and then we have to do this shit all over again. I mean, we're just traveling through, like, we don't live here, you know? But since you live here, this is a problem that maybe you should consider dealing with.
You're proposing that we go and beat 7 seas of shit out of Riyaka.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know who the fuck he is. All I know is that he's some kind of spellcaster who is very hot.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
There's that. But do you see how see how I'm like quite a big lad,
Yeah.
right? And I've got like, I like to I can rip a door off its hinges, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. I got captured by Riyaka. I'm not entirely sure that. I mean, maybe we could. Maybe you're all a bit stronger than you look. You certainly put these two in the ground, didn't you? Sure. I mean, I figure why not? Yeah. But I need to deal with the ancestor.
You want me to talk to him? I'm really persuasive.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, if the ancestor, I'm not sure that they should be participating in a battle.
Have you ever tried talking to? Oh, you probably have now.
Do I look like I am in the habit of dealing with people as big as you?
Do you look? I can barely see you from up here,
Exactly.
so I don't know what you look like.
It's okay. Yeah.
Hey.
No, color me with no experience dealing with big people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big people thing. I think it's more of a telling
Okay, maybe
a senior
we should
person that they
go.
can do something or can do something.
All right, but yeah, like your ancestor, like he's good at fighting.
Not my ancestor, just venerated ancestor.
The ancestor.
The
He's good
ancestor,
at
yeah.
fighting. He's good at
It's
fighting.
it's a title of respect.
And he's like good at fighting.
He is one of the greatest warriors that's ever existed, right?
Shit. Okay, well, let's go let's ask him if he wants to come with
Of
us.
course he's not. He's fucking 226. He barely moves now. You don't want to fucking have him in a fight. Your poor bastard will fall over and kill
Oh
himself.
no, okay.
But don't tell him that.
Sorry, what did we do?
You
Right?
can push him over so he can crush someone else and they both go down.
But venerated ancestors.
That sounds like a
Okay.
good idea.
A good way to go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Die in battle. That's how.
So there are a few scant moments. The question is, what are you guys going to decide to do? Are you going to?
Well, I don't want to put the ancestor in trouble. Maybe we should just go. If he's going to be collateral damage,
I rather go.
nobody's going to die in my watching. No, not this time.
But Barra, they kidnap innocent,
Yeah, but what about
weak,
this guy?
and helpless
Yeah,
people.
okay, so what do you think? What do we do with the ancestor?
Okay, tell you what. Let's get the fuck out first. Try to get ancestor somewhere safe. If we decide that we want to fight this Riyaka, then we come back. Okay?
Okay.
At the first moment, let's get over that wall.
All right, let's go. The leader's spoken. Okay.
Cool. So you see that Manikandan goes over to the slightly sort of the more elderly looking sort of ancestor and is just being very, very overly respectful, right? And sort of says, well, yes, absolutely. And you kind of hear these various sort of like assuring tones in Giantish as the two of them then start moving towards the wall you guys ascended.
Mm-hmm.
Which for them is less of a large wall to ascend and more of just like taking a couple of flights of stairs at the same time, which for Manikandan is like he jumps over and just like holds onto the top, right? And then assists slowly the venerated elder. And the thing is, it's kind of interesting. The venerated elder is insanely large and strong, right? It's just that I think by giantish standards, right, is considered to be not as robust anymore, right? But would still probably arm wrestle any of you into submission.
Oh, yeah. Actually, he looks all right, yeah. He looks like he's okay. Maybe we should talk to him about fighting Riyaka. What do you think, great leader?
I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, we don't even live here, you know. We are just passing through. And then after that, y'all go for a walk in the woods at night and then get captured. Then we have to come and rescue you. And then now you make new friends and then we have to decide whether we want to end this kidnapping ring. But you know, we're not getting paid for any of this. Huh?
Yeah, I guess.
But doing the right thing?
Yeah, probably he's got some shit lying around that we can
It's
take.
not even our jurisdiction.
I need a perception roll.
Oh,
please.
shit. For everyone?
I rolled a natural 20.
I'll take that. It's fine.
27.
You hear a roar. And the roar comes from... so there's where you guys are. There's if we can zoom out a tiny bit, it's probably going to be quite useful, I think. There's where you guys are, and I will try and create a little bit more of
I can't say he want to be Atsu.
Akong has not said a word yet.
That's right.
What's Patsui?
Yeah, so used to fight.
Gang fight.
Oh,
Gang fight.
Okay, so basically there is that large sort of stone building, and you hear a roar from the far side of that, and then you hear
oh.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
as a huge
My brother.
serpentine black form takes off into the sky, and you can see it kind of heading away from.
Is Riyaka a black,
That's
large,
race.
a dark-colored dragon type thing?
I hope Chadelier holds up one finger. He goes, and? Is that Riyaka?
Hang on. How far up is it? Would you say?
It's
Gone.
100 meters away from you by now.
How many feet is that?
Oh, so about 300 feet by now.
Oh shit. Okay.
It was already far,
Okay.
and then it took off in the other direction to you, right?
Right.
And you don't know why. You just heard this scream, and it took off.
Oh no.
So we're now kind of like going to step through things in rough initiative order.
Okay.
So Manikandan sort of likes is helping the venerable elder now. And Chadelier, what do you do?
So
Oh, you said to Anne, is that so Anne turns around and goes, could be, maybe, don't know, scary, fucking scary, not one. Got the friends back? Okay,
I don't know. We're just following them right now. I have no opinion. Neither do you.
do me a favor. You know that whole me disappearing thing when I can disappear?
Oh, you want to
Go in?
disappear?
No. We'll never leave you. We'll never leave you. Except at the point that thing comes back, at which point I'll leave you, okay? If that's good. Does that work?
We'll see.
Yeah, good. That's what I need.
Very tired from shooting arrows.
How big is it?
Hard to tell. I mean, you can make a perception roll. I mean, in fairness, you brought it into everyone's attention.
Nope.
Ooh, +4, 12.
Larger than small house, smaller than large house.
So it's like a large or gargantuan.
You?
How much experience does Yrsa have with dragons of the world?
Probably not.
So you're gonna answer it.
Then it's just a dragon, isn't it?
What the fuck is that?
Let's go.
Let's go. Yay.
I think it should be a sign from the universe that we should go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Fine. We go.
Okay.
No, but seriously though, can we roll a knowledge check on it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I roll?
Because I know it's a dragon.
You can roll survival.
Dragons
Sorry.
have horns.
Nature.
I can.
That's like an Barra.
Okay.
Barra knows everything.
I rolled
Small
21.
dragons are
Hang on,
fightable.
go ahead.
Just saying.
13.
Hello, Marcus Flores. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying yourself watching the stream. What was your story, Joe?
13.
13. So 13, dragon, definitely not a child dragon. So some sort of like young to adult, whatever, you don't know.
Right.
You think this is that it's possible Riyaka's a dragon, or it's possible that Riyaka's got some magic that allows them to take on dragon form. Either way, that's kind of scary.
So I just sort of, like, I look up into the sky, and then at Anne, and then everyone else, I'm like, it's like me 20 times size. Like,
Everybody's done.
and then I just sort of
Maths is not our.
could be very, very dangerous.
Do we expand sideways too when we do the 20?
No, is it like volume or is it like
Your
like
friend
area?
really
Count mass.
They got captured.
like really? I know.
Yeah, let's go.
And you see coming, banking through the tops of the clouds, you see a form begin to descend down.
We run.
Okay. Which way are you running?
Towards the wall.
Straight back down the
We're all going the
so-
same direction.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think we should. No.
Split up.
No, no,
Split
never get back together.
Split up. Otherwise, he's gonna breathe on all of us.
Okay, so what I will do is I'm just going to look at skill challenge, right? So the goal is going to be you guys are going to try and get back to the village in one way or another,
Okay.
right? So you might or might not be being chased by some sort of large, leathery, draconic creature. Who knows, right? I'd like you to use a skill and describe how you're going to use that skill. It's going to get you there. And what I'm going to need from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you is I'm going to need 3 violent successes or 4 reasonable successes of the skill challenge. Let's put it that way. So we're going to go with, not including our guests, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll start with Joe.
That's your best skill.
My best is performance.
Holy shit.
So I remember when I was starting off in amateur theatre in my school, I had to start with the role of a tree. So I'm gonna play various trees throughout the forest. just so he does not spot me. And with my natural skill of like just blending into different shapes and changing the shape
I
of my
believe
voice.
this is a pivotal
and
role
my
in the Scottish
spine.
play.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
The forest moves. So I am the moving forest.
Yeah.
And with my excellent performance roll, dragon's not.
Are you taking the mandrake from the bag so you can pretend to be Dunsinane to Burnham Wood? And it's like, is this the plan?
No, I just like whenever I see shrubbery, like if I see a tree, I'm like.
Right.
Stick
Okay.
myself
Right. No. I think this sounds good.
Thanks.
Let's
Move
go.
from tree to tree. Performance, and I use my. And that's the sound of leaves dropping. Okay, so here we go. Performance. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah. Then you manage to move from one tree to the next, and to others they might think that there was something of a confidence bordering on insanity in this action, and yet. Somehow or the other, you managed to make it work. It's incredible. The next person to go will be Kie, your very good self.
So I am still with my winged boots, and I very silently kind of try to fly to like the darkest area near the wall, and then I try to, and then I climb silently on the wall and go over it.
Okay, so make a stealth check for me. So you're basically going to sneak your way down.
Yeah. 19.
Okay, 19. So you manage to get over the wall, you kind of sneak your way down and make your way along and sort of reasonably...
Be as invisible as possible.
Okay, as invisible as possible, kind of tucking you along to the side. Okay, cool. So that will leave... And we're going to Sheena.
Yeah, I'm going to do this athletically because that is my only good skill.
Thumbs up.
I run, having no stealth whatsoever, climb up the wall in strong fashion.
Okay.
Strong profession.
Marshall on my back.
Oh, yes, forgot about him.
Can you fetch it?
Oh!
Wow.
Natural 20?
That's 20?
Yeah, nice.
Nice,
Oh.
very
What's your
nice.
27.
So you muscle your way up, muscle they go, yeah, this is the best. And you sort of you basically hand spring up onto the top and then kind of slide down the rope on the other side. Like in the Universal Soldier, where they run down exactly. So forward running down the wall, right? Kind of Dolph Lundgren style, jump.
I drop Marshall, I grab a stick, go fetch! Throw it.
And Marshall kind of lunges through the wood and runs towards it.
You could turn him back into a thing and carry him. Probably
With
easier
the
to
command
carry
word,
him.
It's like did you throw the statue for him to fetch?
No,
Because that would be a strange, yeah,
I thought the statue become.
it does, yeah. It's cool. And now, Kaman.
Kaman, looking at the wall, notices that there's actually a set of naturally occurring handholds and created by the vegetation by the side, used survival to pull himself over and then into a gully
Okay.
and out of sight.
All right.
Survival. 13.
Okay. So you attempt to do the Arnie and Predator thing. You kind of pull yourself into a gully and cover yourself in random bits of weeds and sort of material in the vague hope it doesn't see you. Hunting dragon in its own territory. Yeah, it'll be fine. Vivien, what would you like to do?
I am going to call down Anne, and I'm gonna make her go back into my what's it called? I'm gonna make her disappear back into my quiver.
Yeah, and just
Yeah, so when
dives into
Anne she
quiver.
dives into the thing, I'm going to use like a stealth, and I still have that. So right.
So in general, with the way that we do this is that if it's a skill challenge and somebody's already used the skill, the difficulty on it goes up quite a lot.
Okay.
Right? So it's usually good to use a different skill.
If you have a different skill, then you'll think that you're.
If you have, if you haven't, then yeah.
Stealth, yeah. So I'm just going to as Anne is disappearing into my quiver, I just sort of scale the wall very quietly like a ninja,
Okay,
and then just flip over it.
cool. Make a stealth check.
Oh, nice.
27.
27. Okay, so even with that difficulty, it's perfectly fine. So you also sort of disappear like a shadow into the sort of like corners of the wall and head down. A very tense 15, 20, 30 minutes passes as you play this game of and run through the brambles, playing fetch, and continue to hide and seek and stay still in place and vote and strike a pose. But you then hear a cry of frustration as after a little while you hear and there are points where you feel like oh, shit as the edges of the dragon fear just kind of tickle you, right? As it kind of passes, as it swoops down low, and you feel that kind of like gut-wrenching terror, right? And after a couple of those passes, it just disappears off and flies off again. And then a little while later, you hear the cry from further away, and then swooping back, and that is the last you see of it. About another 25 minutes passes. And you're all now, wherever the fuck you all are, you're sort of half a mile off in one direction as you've moved from tree to tree. You're in a cleft near the side somewhere.
I'm at home.
You're basically at home by now.
Already.
Yeah.
Showering.
Yeah. With your hippo.
Yep.
And you're most of the way sort of make a survival check for me.
Oh, we do this. 13.
You've moved off maybe like 5 or 6 miles maybe by now. Maybe slightly less than that, but certainly a good distance, and then have paused and you're trying to figure out how you can, yeah, exactly what the plan is. And here you've sort of like snuck. Now, what I will ask is, like, practically speaking, as it gets pretty close to 11 about here, so I think you, is the goal that everybody's going to rendezvous back at the village?
Yeah.
Cool. Then what I'll do is I'll just get survival checks from everybody, please.
Survival.
Hey, 17.
I got 16.
14.
24.
Oh shit! I got a 7.
So everybody but Barra, right?
Oh,
No!
Finds their way back pretty straightforward, right? Barra, you find yourself wandering through the forest,
Okay.
and then an hour passes, then another hour passes, and you don't really, you don't think there's very much hope right now of seeing anything. But you hear the sound of a twig snap behind you. Make a
Okay.
perception roll.
I heard it snap behind me.
Friendly step, please.
13.
So yeah, then you do hear the sound of the twig snap behind you, and then you hear a
Uh-oh.
oh dear, oh
I
dear,
did. I knew
oh
it.
dear.
I knew it.
You've got yourself lost, haven't you, lovey?
Yeah, I have. I was just. Oh no, there was a dragon. Like I thought. I didn't get
Why,
back.
yeah, that Riyaka's not a very pleasant fella.
What was it? He's a dragon?
No, he's something a little bit interesting. He's a descendant of a mad god. There's a lot of that stuff around.
Oh.
He's he's sired from the loins of a particularly nasty little bastard. And Riyaka's a bit fucked up on the inside, so he takes on this form. He can take on this form. It's one of the things he does. Pretty fucking terrifying, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty fucking terrified.
I'm not sure why you're mixing it up with Riyaka, though.
No, you got, like, freaking Kaman, you got, like, kidnapped, and, like, he's not a nice guy, but I have to, I gotta get him back, you know, he had my back on the ship, and he's always had my back. He's a good guy, you know, he's, like, fucking annoying, but he's a good guy.
Why, you've got to look after your friends, Barra.
Yeah, I gotta, like, they keep getting themselves in shit, I don't know why, I'm, like, the sensible one here.
And so you see that Agatha kind of falls in beside you, and you guys carry on walking for a little while. And a bit more time passes and says,
Agatha, are we going the right way? We've been walking for a while.
I've got to admit, Barra, anywhere that I'm going with you is the right way.
Oh yeah, I know. I like it a lot. But I'm trying to head back to the village. We're going to the village.
Yeah.
The village where my friends are.
Have I ever steered you wrong before, Barra?
No,
Why would
Good
you think I'd
person.
steer you wrong now?
no, you're right. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's
Yeah.
your Auntie Agatha's had more than one time where people have misunderstood her.
No, I'm sorry.
Nevertheless, young man,
Yeah.
I think it's time that you had a good long think about your future. You've got to start putting a bit more effort into getting stronger. You kind of have these little 2-bit pissants come
Yeah.
along and grab you in the night
No, I know.
and then like take you away at their whim.
Yeah.
I mean, you're all very good with your convincing powers. You really are. You're quite the charmer.
Yeah, I know. People tell me
But
that all the time.
but you might just need to figure out how you get a little bit more. And there's a look on Agatha's face as she says, a little bit more vicious.
Yeah, you're right.
But right now I suspect what you need is a bath and a good meal.
Yeah.
So I'll be seeing you about it.
Thanks, Agatha. You always give me the best advice. Hey, anyway.
She disappeared. But as you do so, you turn around the corner of a forest hill that's just you've been walking around with Agatha.
Mhm.
You find yourself sort of walking into a path that leads very clearly to the village of Dawn's Edge.
All right.
Just a
phew.
bit confused because you don't appear to have walked anywhere near as far as you should have walked
Right.
in order to go from A to B. but-
Okay. So, like, do I come up from like behind a tree or anything like that?
You basically. So you come into the village of Dawn's Edge from completely the wrong direction.
Oh, okay.
And from completely not the direction you'd have been coming in
Right.
anyway. And it's almost like you just walk into the passage between two back gardens and you just show up in the northern side of the village. And when you had left, you'd gone from the lake side and you headed south further, but you've come in from the north on the north side of the mountain.
All right.
So the bunch of us are a bit worried. Have you seen Barra?
Yeah. I guess the question. Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
No, I guess the question is just like, is there anything around me? Do I see trees or like is there like we have emergency
Yeah,
trees? And
yeah, you back to the village now, right? So
Yeah.
the base of the trees, you pass back from the trees, and then you come out the tree line,
Yeah.
and in front of you, you see some sort of tended gardens and
Okay.
various other things that lead you there.
Yeah.
Is there a particular?
No, there's not. I think just as I come out, I'm like, oh yeah, and I grab like a branch or whatever, and I just like sort of like I'm like, yeah, fuck, that was really good, and I'm snapping it, and I'm snapping it, and I think I realized I'd be like, oh yeah, this is the best thing. Then I realized that I'm holding something like a really sharp whittle thing in my hand,
mhm.
and I think I sort of like, oh, yeah, I'll get stronger. Yeah, fuck yeah. And I walk towards the village. Yeah,
That's right,
this
dear.
one,
That's
this
right. So you all managed to reconvene after some time had passed. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I reckon that I'd be sending. Where's Barra?
I don't know. I mean,
He's not with you?
No, we all came from this side, right?
ah, you bitches!
Alright, that's every time. Alright, yeah.
Where did you come from?
I took a nice scenic walk, yeah? Come on, I could murder a cow.
Okay.
Let's eat some food, yeah? Daddy's gonna get stronger.
Is Chadelier back in?
No, I'm at home in my shower talking to Anne, taking a soak.
Where's the small guy?
Chances
hip
are he's probably at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go eat something. I'll bring him something to eat also.
Okay, so that was. I wasn't imagining it this time, right? There actually was a black thing that looked like a dragon.
Yeah, that's Riyaka.
I saw that too.
He's the son of a mad god.
What?
He's sired by a mad god.
How do you know this?
Like, I know things. Like, don't ask me. I'm gonna spend some time with my egg. Bye.
This way of knowing things. Sometimes
Even this far?
I guess.
Yeah. And I go up the stairs and like, yeah, kicking things away. Yeah, fuck, Daddy's home. Like,
So you head back into your room and you find the egg is swaddled inside the bread. Can I get an animal handling roll from you, Joe, please?
come on!
Oh no. Oh no. This is like the scariest part of every episode now.
17.
Ah.
And as you pick the egg up,
Oh.
Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
No.
No.
I'm
I'm probably coming into the room from behind Barra because it's my room too.
Sure. So as you pick the egg up, you see the smallest crack in the top of the egg. And that's where we'll leave it this evening. Thank you very much, everybody. There's a small beak seeds its way through. My name is Ramji. I've been your Dungeon Master and Guide tonight, and with me has been the harassed Lisa Yao, the holy Sheena Chan, the her suit, and the his suit, Edward Choy. And thank you so much, Vivien, for bringing Chadelier and bringing Anne along. It's been amazing to have you on the journey with us. It's been wonderful to have you. Thank
We
you
always
so
wanted
much.
a Canadian on the
I
team.
can speak Draconic. I thought you were chat with Drake.
What? Drake. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Join our Discord, t4c.online/Discord. And, of course, thank you to our producer with the most amazingness, Cheryl. Please join our Discord. Please come and say hello. Look forward to seeing you all next week at The Fourth Culture.
Behold thine heroes as they observeth the troubled lands and stormy sea. They have no choice, it's national service for Marabanda Survey Team 3. A goblin captaincy, elven cleric, one small and green, one tall and blue, stoned halfling monk and bard who dedicates its campaign anthem to you.
Here in Singapore, these party who stream sweet TD&D. The folk culture is our name, but you can call us T4C. Asian influence from rule with less Eurocentricity. Now for some Asia Pen gang chants featuring Audi and Randy.
One coffee, Sihir Tabak for me!
Coffee Sihir Tabak for me. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. 新赛啦，麦伦来啦。新赛啦，麦伦来啦。Dragon power. Dragon power.
I sound quite transatlantic actually.
Animated is our party and we're actually very fun. We all go play really hard and we always sing a ton of songs where we find gods and monsters beneath the Urtu sun. We are Asia's the pop culture and at last our song is done.
Except for our reminder to follow and subscribe.